Ding, ding, ding. Welcome back to WWE SmackDown. I'm John. That's Mike. Take it away.
Hola, bitches. We are back. Ladies and gentlemen, before we go anywhere with this, I first want to apologize. We were not able to bring you AEW, or not the whole show anyway, of AEW Dynamite because of some technical glitches, not with the computer, but with the TV. I still don't understand what the problem was. At any rate, I just wanted to apologize for that and let you know that that has been taken care of, which is why we're coming to you tonight with SmackDown. We are about 11 minutes in. But before that, first I want to say my good nights, and then I do have some sad news. To my girls, Christy, Crystal, Megan, Amanda, Mackenzie, Noah, Caitlin, I love you all so much. Thank you for being such a wonderful part of my life each and every day. And you've been an absolute blessing in my life each and every day. Thank you so much. Mwah. And Noah friend, I'm very happy that you have a new job. And it was great to see you again, because I don't think I've seen you for a few days. Now, as I said earlier, I have some sad news, and that is, I'm going to go through kind of a long list here, but wait, who else besides the Chicago Bears?
Packers
Packers.
and Browns.
Okay. Former Chicago Bear, Cleveland Brown, Green Bay Packer, WCW Nitro announcer and commentator, and former member of the Four Horsemen, Steve Mongo McMichael, has passed away. This happened a couple of days ago. He passed away due to complications from ALS. How to explain that, I'm not exactly sure, but at any rate, due to complications from ALS, former Chicago Bear, Green Bay Packer, WCW commentator, and member of the Four Horsemen, Steve Mongo McMichael, has died. Also, if you remember WrestleMania 11, the Lawrence Taylor Bam Bam Bigelow main event, Steve Mongo McMichael was also in Lawrence Taylor's corner for that particular match. So, very much influential in both the NFL and in the world of pro wrestling. And Steve Mongo McMichael will be missed. Whether it's going to be mentioned on Raw or SmackDown, I have no idea, but we wanted to mention it before it got too late. We wanted to mention it here. And our condolences and our thoughts and prayers are with the McMichael family, with even his ex-wife, Deborah Marshall, and so our condolences go out to the family. That's very sad news, but at any rate, we are 14 minutes into tonight's episode of Friday Night SmackDown. We are glad you're with us. I'm not quite sure where we're at tonight, but thank you for being with us, and welcome to SmackDown.
Here, let me move my computer. Alright, there we go.
Then, now, How do you possibly follow up Vegas? You come here to Cowtown Tough Fort Worth. You open the doors to a sold-out Dickies Arena, and you serve a loud and rowdy crowd a guarantee of tables, ladders, and chairs. Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford hold gold. They've been unrelenting in applying their brand of dominance lately. Tonight, the Street Profits have a huge challenge. The Motor City Machine Guns have been throttling towards the title. A week ago, they thought they had it all set, only to see the championship match disrupted. And now, DIY is here in Fort Worth. Johnny Gargano and clean-shaven Tommaso Ciampa. They turned the SmackDown before Mania into their personal temper tantrum. Well, tonight, we decided all. A TLC triple threat, and it's commercial-free in the final hour of SmackDown. Plus, arguably the most dangerous man of all, Jacob Fatu proved himself. Now, for the first time, he's a champion here. With Solo Sikoa by his side, the U.S. champ is in Fort Worth this evening. Plus, from Tiffany Stratton's Barbie doll entrance to the all-out war and conquering Charlotte Flair, Tiffany time, on time here in Texas. We'll hear from the WWE Women's Champion as we welcome you inside a sold-out.
We're in Texas, by the way.
Fort Worth. This is what the SmackDown After Mania sounds like and looks like. Let's feel the afterglow of a historic weekend in Vegas.
WrestleMania week is taking over Las Vegas. The hype is just unreal right now.
Welcome to WrestleMania weekend.
We have fans from all over the globe descending upon our fine city.
Fans can also immerse themselves in
Place to be, WWE World.
like old times.
You can feel what the audience is doing. You become connected with them.
Fanatics Make-A-Wish Nevada and WWE teamed up to give 25 kids from across the country a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
They stand and deliver. We will never, ever forget.
Oh, hell yeah!
Hello! You are walking live at Allegiant Stadium.
Welcome to WrestleMania!
Now we're kicking off the show.
I just realized something. Well, it's been 3 weeks, and I still haven't watched Stephanie's yet.
Two-time world champions.
It was so
That's
amazing, so
okay.
exhilarating.
If I have time before we leave tomorrow, or time before,
A new chapter in the story of Lucha Libre.
This guest here tonight, the
or if I have time before we go to the Masters, before we watch AEW, I can see if there's any fun to go
Better than yours. Crazy.
Today's 124,000 solid ass cats.
I've got 2 words for you. Thank you.
I've never been in front of a crowd so live. Thank you guys.
Jacob Fatu is the United States champion.
What makes now the right time for you to step back into this world?
Well, it's WrestleMania.
So how much bigger can it get? Legit. I just don't think there's a ceiling on it.
I was born to make this moment.
There is a ton of bad blood between these three.
What a compromising position CM Punk was in. So I didn't betray Roman Reigns.
It is John Cena's final WrestleMania. But Cody Rhodes, it is about leading WWE into the next generation.
Yeah, you were right. He did. Came out as a baby face after the match.
Check out Cody. John Cena is a 17-time world champion. You are not talking to the Knoxville champion.
But see, even though they try to make him a heel, they were going nuts for him.
Like that?
And they're still going nuts for him since he won WrestleMania. Oh, wait, maybe. Okay, no, you know what it's going to be from now till he retires? There's going to be a mix. Some cheers, some boos. Because I remember they did that for somebody else, I think. I think The Rock.
Hey, can you get in there? Jennifer's calling me.
Hello?
Why is she calling you
Yeah,
now?
watching wrestling. That's my. Yeah, I'll probably call you back later, or I'll talk to you tomorrow, okay?
You know, when you look at
Alright, okay, now, you know what? Matter of fact, I'll talk to you tomorrow, okay?
fighting for freedom. And
Alright, good night.
you know, Americans are united in support of Ukraine. Do you think Americans are learning any lessons? Because we do take freedom for granted. And sometimes we abuse freedom. You know, First Amendment is freedom of speech. With freedom of speech, Derek explained this to me. It's not about that you agree with the other person and therefore you can say it.
It's just the opposite, right? I mean, the whole point of having freedom of expression is so that you can express yourself in antagonistic ways towards people. I mean, that is where you get the crucible of ideas and exchange of thoughts that's what this country is founded upon.
I think this was George Bernard Shaw who talked about the minority of one. And I think that is really an interesting point, that you need to allow that minority of one to have a voice. Now, there can be limits. I mean, yelling fire in the movie theater, threatening violence. But beyond that, if you start saying, you can't speak, I want to cancel you because you don't agree with me, I think your views are awful. And that's kind of where we've gone. And I realize that the First Amendment doesn't apply to social media because it's really about laws, but the spirit of it is the same, right?
Absolutely. And then is this going to be a moment when we're watching this sort of play out where America is going to sort of take stock and have some perspective on what it's
That's my question.
I don't know that people are making this connection.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
You feel it, but then you just move on, and you sadly move on. And it's like, we recognize it, but then we take everything for granted, or at least I know I do. It's just
You don't think it
sad.
has a lasting imprint on
No, I know
the
I'm
direction
very
of our society.
fortunate, but I don't think that it will.
I think Courtney's kind of right. I don't think many people are
But
taking stock of this and making this connection and reflecting ourselves. There's just an outpouring of empathy towards
You make the
Ukraine
connection,
without
but
the connection.
I've never had it done to me, so I'll never really know. I can acknowledge it, but I've never been I've always had the
No, I know.
I personally have always had the freedom.
There is outward empathy
All right,
and little
I'm back.
self-reflection.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's the problem.
Oh, no,
is-
There we are.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the WWE Undisputed Champion, John Cena!
A now 17-time world champion. Last time we saw him, Wade, he was telling the WWE Universe that Jose champion this calendar year and then leave with the title in his term, ruin wrestling.
Yeah, the self-proclaimed last real champion. I sincerely hope that is not the case. But what a level of disrespect, not only to the people who have backed this man for the past 20 plus years, but to that prestigious championship, wearing it backwards. It's just a big no-no in this game.
is pointing at our new ring announcer, Mark Nash, again.
Mark who?
What did Mark do wrong?
Mark
Well, apparently he did
Nash or
something
something?
wrong this past week on Raw.
Oh, this is the same thing you get on Raw. Now I remember. Mhm.
Mark Nash. I thought it was related to Kevin Nash.
Well, maybe. He actually likes people telling him he sucks.
My sincerest apologies. I have been informed again that my announcement has been deemed disrespectful. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the greatest of all time, the Never Seen 17, gracing Fort Worth with his presence for the final time, the last real champion, John Cena! Well, the other night on Monday Night Raw, creeping into the frame with the new undisputed WWE champ was Randy Orton himself. And look who arrives on time here in Fort Worth.
The Viper, Randy Orton, striking with an RKO on Raw, letting John Cena know that his pathway to retirement with that championship on his shoulder may not quite be as easy as he may have thought.
That's one thing for Randy Orton to entertain the fans in Vegas with an RKO party on Joe Hendry. It's another thing to do what he did on Monday night to John Cena.
Do you know what I found out just a couple of days ago? In a couple months, it'll be 25 years to the day that you and I first shook hands. 25 years. I have known you for 25 years, and I mean this as a compliment. Up until a few months ago, you never changed. You were always about hustle, loyalty, respect. It wasn't some catchy slogan for merchandise. It was a way of life. It was your mantra for every day of your life. So I realized these last few months, I need to think long and hard about what's going on. There's a void inside you, John, a void that needs fulfillment. So I started racking my brain, and I started thinking about all of the fans over the years. The millions and millions of kids that have looked up to you since day one. All the kids that you have motivated, that you have been a role model for. These kids, they set goals because of you. They accomplished those goals and set more goals. Whether it was the track field, on the court, in the classroom, you made those children better. Generations and generations of children looked up to you. Surely that means something to you. You've granted more wishes than anybody in the history of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. You can't tell me, I know you too well, you cannot tell me that each and every one of those sick children that you've met left with a piece of your heart. You can't tell me that they were just a number. I know that that meant something to you. So I figured out how to fill the void. Take it from me, John, you need to have some damn kids. Wait, could you imagine a bunch of square-jawed, thick four-armed little Cenas running around? The world would be a better place. And then you would be back to who you are, who you truly are, who I know you are. You need to become a father, man. Grow up. It'll make you a better human being.
How dare you? How dare you prance out here with a smile on your face under the guise of making me feel better and then parent shame me in front of the whole world? Congratulations, Randy Orton. You have children and you love them. Good for you. Do you want to know the real reason why I don't have kids? Because I've spent the last 25 years raising yours. And by the sound of it from this group tonight, I have done an impeccable job. Here is the real truth. For the last 25 years, I have been a better parent to your children than you could ever be. That's right, kid. Your dad's a loser. Oh, great. A 6-year-old just gave me the finger. Classy. Very, very classy.
Great.
That, sir, that
It's why I don't have kids. I've been policing brats like this for a quarter of a century. Bit of advice, kid. Never bring a knife to a gunfight. Bet your loser dad didn't teach you that one. Don't look at me like you're gonna do something either. Are we done here?
John, no, we're not even close to being done, man. God, has that Hollywood rot, has it set so deep inside your brain you can't even hear what I'm saying right now? It doesn't have to be one or the other. These fans are the reason why you are here standing before me in this ring right now. They're the reason you're in Hollywood right now. WWE is why you made it to Hollywood and you are crushing it. You cut your teeth here. You honed your skills here. You developed your work ethic in this ring. You took it to Hollywood, and like I said, you are crushing it. Without the WWE, there is no Hollywood. And without the WWE universe, there is no WWE. No matter which way you add it up, no matter what kind of math you apply to it, these fans are the biggest reason that you are standing here today in this ring with me. John, I've made a lot of mistakes throughout my life, throughout my career. I've learned from them. I've had a long journey, but I can go in that locker room. I can hold my head up high.
I'm still laughing about what you
from
said.
my peers. I am a piece of furniture here. I am here.
Dude, I'm still
to
laughing about what
stay.
Izzy said today at the warehouse.
Man, you're just a guest. We all have our perspectives. I used to believe yours, that without them, there is no WWE. I used to think that we won together. I was wrong. We didn't win anything. I did. I have never needed a single one of these people. They will chant in the same breath, "Let's go, Cena. Cena sucks." I just called out a rando and he turned pale white. Imagine being told you suck for 25 years. They don't mean anything to me. You are just like all of them. You're all hypocrites. Because once you get tired of me, you can put your energy into any superstar you want to cheer for. But if the roles are reversed and I put my energy into anything other than this, I'm an outcast, I'm a guest. That's why this is dysfunctional. That's why this doesn't work anymore. That is not a functional relationship. That is manipulation. You are simply manipulating the truth to make yourself feel good that you have done nothing with your lives. The only thing that man right there has done is dress up to look like Jack Black. He's 100 years old, and that's all he has to say for his life. I get criticized and labeled as an outcast, a guest, for simply trying to do something different. You know what? I was so stupid.
I was so stupid to come out here and think for 1 second that in this weird, bizarro world where I'm a good guy and you're a bad guy, that you would somehow listen to what I'm saying. But the words that are coming out of my mouth, they're not penetrating your thick-ass skull, are they, John? Cody Rhodes, before his badass entrance music starts, it says wrestling has more than one royal family. You know, he's not just talking about his family, right? He's also talking about my family. You want to ruin wrestling? Wrestling has given me everything. Ever since I came out of my mother's womb, wrestling has provided for me. Wrestling will provide for me, my children, my loved ones, until I am put 6 feet in the freaking ground. Ruin wrestling? You're not going to ruin wrestling. Not over my dead body. Shut your mouth! You just don't understand, do you? I'll explain it to you. I've already won 17, okay? You've won 14. But after I take this home with me, you are forever frozen at 14. Yes, there will be another show. You will have other matches. They will create some tinfoil title and decide a champion. And if you are lucky to ever get your hands on it, your counter starts over at 1, you babbling moron. What I am trying to do, Randy Orton, is when I leave here, make sure 3 generations of your family is erased.
Oh, fuck you.
Damn.
No, you did not just say that. Tell me you did not just say that.
RKO him, Randy.
You're a douchebag.
You say you're the last
You're a
real
douchebag.
champ. All right, prove it right here, right now. Put that title on the line and fight me. Right here, right now. Come on.
We'll say, you want to say, you want to see it? You guys want to see it? Yeah. Well, you guys really want to see it? No. And then he's going to walk out.
No.
Oh, I guess it's not even going to go that far.
No. And just like so many times over the past 25 years, I'm doing it to save your ass. There should be a match. Randy Orton versus John Cena for the Undisputed Championship. But it shouldn't happen here. I've already given you a hard enough time. It's not your fault. It's for Randy. It should happen at Backlash, Randy.
Oh, Backlash.
Because Backlash is in St. Louis. I know that's hard for you to hear, but for Randy, it's great because Randy is from St. Louis. So you can spend the whole day with your family, Randy. You can make sure you show up well rested. Randy Orton at his best. Because I need Randy Orton at his best. Because after Backlash, when you fail, you will have no excuses. Take a good look, Randy. This is what the last real champion looks like. And this is as close to this championship as you're ever going to get.
Oh! Cena comes in with a right hand and attacks the Viper.
A sucker punch from the self-proclaimed last real champ.
You should have just RKO'd him, Randy. You should have listened to me.
Saying he's going to take this title and erase 3 generations of your family, Randy. And now he's winding up, it looks like, with that title in hand to hit Randy Orton.
Once again, the most desperate cheap shot from John Cena.
Looking to deliver. Oh, Orton gets all the way. RKO.
Now you've done it. About time.
Don't bring a knife to a gunfight, John Cena. Your own words.
He did it on Monday. He does it here on Friday Night SmackDown. And that undisputed WWE Championship lays there with Cena laid out.
Voices are getting louder in this arena. And the sadistic voices are getting louder in the mind of Randy Orton.
Oh, in the sight of Randy with that championship in his hands. And remember, just as much as we talk about Cena having just broken the all-time record, there Randy sits on 14 himself. And the big one in his hometown is just 2 weeks away.
Well, if that gets made official at Backlash, that will be 31 World Championship reigns between the two of them. That must be a record. Make it official, please.
From Raw to SmackDown, Cena and Orton. Meanwhile, after 230 days as NXT Tag Team Champions, Fraxium has arrived here to SmackDown.
They are Nathan Frazier and Axiom
We created magic from chaos.
It was like lightning in a bottle. 2 reigns for Axiom and Frazier. They've held the titles for over 200 combined days.
And we're not slowing down. We will be undeniable.
One of the most complete tag teams in the business in Fraxium. Perhaps the best tag team in the business. They are the big thing.
The high-flying, overly athletic Los Garza, Angel Alberto against Fraxium. That is next on SmackDown here in Fort Worth, Texas.
WWE touches down.
Did you let Mr. John know about
with a massive lineup of 4
WWE coming to Tampa yet?
No.
I'm gonna get some more lemonade. I'll be right back, bro.
All right.
But I hear they're pretty.
No, he's exactly right. We have the capacity for tremendous empathy in this country. I mean, we care a lot. We have billions of dollars over there. We're watching social media. We're covering this endlessly. But no one's turning the mirror on me.
No, and that's, this is such a tragedy that you always want to look for lessons in this. And just to have that kind of self-reflection in America where we've never experienced the threat of losing the basic kind of freedom that we're watching over there, it's a real lost opportunity.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, with that.
Well, that was sad.
I'm sorry, but maybe the way to look at it is to say,
I get it.
let's start thinking about this stuff as well.
Yeah.
Let's start thinking about this stuff as well. Now they're talking about, giving Zelensky the Nobel Peace Prize. Who else would you give it to?
He is going to run away with it this year. I mean, that's going to run away since long.
What do you feel weird, accepting it and being like, oh, shit,
Yeah, that's one of those moments. I'm going to finish, but Zelensky is right.
Right. Okay. Have a good weekend, everybody. We'll see you.
Thanks.
Hi, it's Steph from TNC Verified the podcast. I'd like to talk to you about something that's become an important part of my life, Noom.com. Most weight loss plans take a one-size-fits-all approach, but that doesn't work for everyone. Noom understands that we all have different needs and lifestyles, and they create personalized plans based on your unique psychology and biology. For me, Noom has been a game changer. Unlike restrictive diets, it doesn't tell me what I can or can't eat and helps me make smarter choices without guilt. Noom's daily lessons have changed how I think about food. It's not just about cutting calories, but about building healthier habits and routines. Noom takes a science-backed approach to weight loss using psychology. That's why they say losing weight starts with your brain and your unique biological factors to achieve weight loss success. First-time users lose an average of 15 pounds in 15 weeks, and 95% say it's a long-term solution. It's helped over 5.2 million people build healthier habits. Why not you? Stay focused on what's important to you with Noom. Sign up for a trial today at Noom.com. Based on a 3.5-year study of actively engaged Noom users with a minimum starting BMI of 25, individual results may vary. Visit our website for more information.
Today on the TMZ Podcast.
Welcome to the TMZ Podcast, part 11 here.
We're here.
And Jason. So we broke a big story over the weekend. J-Lo and Ben Affleck have, they're in escrow on a house, a massive house in Bel Air.
Stunning.
Around $55 million, and they are buying it together and they are blending their families. So the smaller story is they're buying this house together. The bigger story is how far can marriage be if they're doing this? I mean, it seems to me that's what's going on here, right?
I'm actually surprised this has happened before the engagement.
See, I'm really not, because the engagement happened first last time and it didn't go well, so I feel like they wanted to do something a little bit differently now.
Because it was a long time ago, they were kids, now they're adults, now they're buying a
Have
$50
kids.
house together. They have kids, they're blending the families. You don't blend families like this unless you are preparing to make it a permanent thing.
Yeah, I mean, clearly. So, look, by the way, this house is
Beautiful.
ridiculous.
17 bathrooms, 10 bedrooms. I'm like, what? There's not even enough people in that whole entire house to use all of those.
Well, no,
rooms.
they have, she has.
She has 2 kids.
No, she has
No, she has the
two
twins.
kids.
Yeah, and then he has
Yes,
3.
3 kids.
Yeah.
So that's 5 kids, 2 of them.
That's Matt.
Matt Damon's kids.
Matt Damon's kids.
Probably just Matt Damon himself.
Anyways, this is in Bel Air. It's not a done deal because they still have to go through inspections and all that other stuff, but they want this house. And
I want it. This house is.
It is property. The aerial shots alone are enough to make you just see the way the other half lives. In a profound
It's not a
way.
half.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not a half.
Let me just tell you, I was looking for apartments this weekend. Nothing like
Something
that.
like that.
The guy that owns it now is a Texas billionaire, and he just gutted this thing and refurbished it. And we didn't put all the pictures up. You can see the house, but when you look at all, it's got a movie theater, it's got a gym, it's got everything. So
It seems pretty private, like the lot.
it's super private
Yeah.
with a sweeping view of the city. But again, I think the bigger thing is that they're clearly getting married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that they, I guess, a year ago last month is when he started texting her.
Oh, interesting.
And they formally kind of got together in May.
Mhm.
But so, look, it's not like this happened overnight, and they have all this history together.
Right. So it's easier to take that plunge because you certainly know the good times, the bad times. You've been together for a long time. The 17 bathrooms really allow for the siblings, because every movie cliche is the siblings fighting in the bathrooms. Here you're not going to have.
Oh my God. Okay, so we are now moving on to Kanye because I you know what, I'm going to talk about the Grammys first, and I have radically changed my opinion about this. Radically. I mean, I did a live shot today, and as I started talking, I started getting more and more upset about it. But here's the deal. The Grammys essentially have made Kanye persona non grata because of the things he's saying on social media about Kim and Pete and everybody else. How ridiculous, how hypocritical are they looking at every single, entertainer, singer to look at their history? And I wonder how they match up to Kanye West, because Kanye did not do anything violent.
Good night, Jeffrey.
I know he did. Well, you know what? Look at some of the other people who are at the Grammys and look at what they've done in the past. This is.
Morgan Wallen wasn't allowed to go.
I understand that. But also, Morgan, but I think there's a difference with a racial epithet by a white guy. And even that. But look, the bottom line is that if you start looking at what other people in entertainment have in their backgrounds, criminal prosecutions and whatnot, I wouldn't ban any of them. They're not there. I mean, in some cases, yes, but they're not there because of, the fact that they were once married to Kim Kardashian and that they're having a problem with the divorce. They're there because they're singers.
But you don't think that Kanye West may take the opportunity if he was on stage?
So what?
But they don't want that. They don't want that. They don't want him to go on a rant and to do that.
Do you know the speeches, these.
But what he is saying.
So what you're doing is you're sanitizing. You can say this, but you can't say this. You can say that, but you can't say that. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Let's be clear. Grammys are a private company. They can do whatever they want.
Okay,
right?
I'm so glad you said that.
And they can do whatever they want. Right. And if they want to make this, I'm not even taking a side on this. I sort of see the perspective in that it's kind of a pain in the ass.
It is a pain in the ass.
And they don't want to have to deal with it. And some of the other artists might be like, look,
you know what? Elton John's been a pain in the ass.
But the Grammys has a decision making. The Grammys has to your point, the Grammys has allowed people to sing or to at least appear who have tremendously violent pasts and who have perpetuated acts of violence.
Right.
But in this case, the Grammys is like, Kanye's too much.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
But, before we started this podcast today, I asked you to read this article in the New York Times.
Yes.
Did you look at it?
I did.
So in this article, it says 84% of the people in this country are either strongly afraid or somewhat afraid to speak their mind for fear of being criticized. We are looking at Ukraine, where these poor people are fighting for freedom, and we're just squandering. And I'm
really comparing.
No. What I'm comparing is that, I mean, if you look at this article, it's true on the left and on the right. Sure. People are afraid to speak anymore. And I understand it's not the government doing that, but it's one step removed from.
Kanye's not speaking. Kanye's speaking to two people and making very threatening remarks towards them. He's not like saying
very threatening.
Yes.
It's almost cartoony.
It's
almost cartoony.
I agree with your point. You and I, for a long time, and other people as well, but you and I specifically have been critical of cancel culture for years now. I started to emerge in 2017.
And even the New York Times is now.
And the New York Times, this article today, which I read a year earlier, is really critical of cancel culture. It talks about the dangers of it and is trying to pull back from that. And I agree with all that stuff. I just don't think that this is really that good of a piece of evidence.
I'm not saying it's the biggest thing in the world, but it's just more evidence. It's like, how stupid, honestly, how stupid that, what are they going to do? Are they going to now sanitize the Grammys? Or we're going to look at this relationship and we don't like the way they're dealing in this relationship. He didn't do anything violent. There are probably, I'm sure if we look, there would be people who were accused of domestic violence who were invited.
But also, how does domestic violence start? This, there's different,
But we've seen domestic violence completed, and they still do it.
Exactly, domestic violence, street violence, also street violence, right?
But again, this is an award show for music.
Was he supposed to perform, and they
what did they ban him? He wasn't going to do it.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Was he set to be performer?
Here's what I think the ultimate problem is: nobody watches the Grammys anymore. Right? The ratings go down, and they suck. The biggest, most controversial, and therefore, interesting artist in the world, and precluding him. I don't know, as a business perspective, from a business point of view, that's very good.
They just suck. And I mean, look, you've got all these entertainers who have said, that the Grammys doesn't recognize, certain areas of music and everything else. And all these award shows, they're so ridiculous. It's like, I get it that there are these rich, beautiful people who pat each other on the back and everything else, and they're entitled to do that. But at the same time, it's like, oh my God, it's, enough.
Yeah. Well, even Trevor Noah came out in support of him. It was like, I said, counsel him, not cancel him.
I know. And I love Trevor Noah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just so smart. But,
and very handsome.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you didn't wait for it to magically start working again. You fixed the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit. at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Well, yeah, Julia Fox actually said that she hasn't seen the most recent Instagram post that Kanye was posting, and that she doesn't have Google alerts, which I don't know if that's true. But she was like, believe it or not, I have a life and a son, and I don't have Google alerts for this man. I thought this question was in reference to the music video, and that's when he was killing Pete Davidson and like burying his head like in a roses in the cartoon music video.
She is background.
Yeah.
She's saying, okay, so the music video didn't rise to that level, but she hadn't seen the Instagram post. Apparently, it actually has, and it has a different opinion. So she's actually saying, basically, the Instagram post actually it might be a danger to into
Like, oh, if I would have sold this, I would have got a take at all about the situation.
Right. Or just would have kept it not shut.
Yes.
She's a free woman. She can speak her own mind if she wants to, but to get imbued in this controversy, I just think it's not a good move for her.
No.
I think because she is part of the conversation for her, from her vantage point, it is a good move.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
honestly, you might be onto something. Yeah.
I mean, the way the dynamic works is, somebody who's kind of a working actor, which she was, with some fame. All of a sudden, she starts dating Kanye, and all of a sudden, her star shoots up to the sky, and that's intoxicating.
Yes.
That's intoxicating.
Yeah,
and
because that's very fast.
That's her business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? None of this was pre-planned, right?
I don't think it's pre-planned, but I mean, and I don't criticize her at all for this. I mean, look, it's her business, and the fact, the best example of this is Pete Davidson.
Right.
So Pete Davidson dates Kim Kardashian, and he's kind of this working guy in Saturday Night Live, and he's this enormous star.
Right.
So she's looking at this saying, how do I get some of that?
Right.
And this is how she gets some of that.
Right. The Kardashians have, and the people in their orbit have been using their relationships to elevate their fame forever. And she is now, that was a very short run for her. And now she's taking advantage of the 15 minutes, trying to extend it a little bit longer, and maybe effectively so.
And by the way, it's sort of like, I always think of it as a trapeze act in circus, that you're going from one rung and you swing in the air and you jump to the next rung.
Right.
And you jump, at the right time before you fall.
Right.
And I think she's going to jump to the next rung.
Yeah, because she was everywhere for a month, and everyone wanted to know everything about her, follow her, and now it's just kind of slowly going down. And then you have Chancey jumps popping back up, and she's trying to stay there. She was hanging out with Madonna. Of course, you want to stay relevant.
I mean,
come on.
Okay. So I was a little surprised at this, but really, I guess not, because Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher have just raised a fortune for Ukrainian aid.
Over $30 million.
$35 million, and Zelensky jumped on Zoom to congratulate them.
Mm-hmm.
Which in the middle of the war, really. But then I thought, you know what? This is really meaningful.
Yeah.
And you can understand why he would do that. $35 million is a lot of money, and they desperately need it. And so,
they're huge celebrities in the United States, so he definitely wants to.
And then, because I don't know if you guys saw this last week, that they were talking about, let's have Zelensky come address the Academy Awards. That to me would be awful.
Yes.
Awful.
Yes.
Am I crazy?
No,
it's really crazy.
Then it becomes sort of a kind of rose queen too.
Well, it's not just that. It's like you've got this audience. Like, really, you want this audience to say, "Look how important we are." That we're doing.
Fantastic deal in acting. Fantastic, amazing.
And this made a lot of sense for him to specifically go to them.
Absolutely. And she's from Ukraine.
And she's from Ukraine.
Yes.
It's brilliant of him to the world's cause is now Ukraine, and he wants to keep it that way. Not just for money that can come in, the arms that he can buy with it, et cetera, but also for the pressure it continues to put on Vladimir Putin. It's easy for us to sort of normalize things, saying, well, it's happening over there. Putin's important for natural gas. We look at the inflation. If we keep this as the cause of the moment for as long as possible, and Zelensky's trying to do that, it keeps us on this. We'll suffer a little bit for Ukraine.
Right. And two things. One is on this Academy Awards thing. The pitch was, we have a huge audience. Zelensky doesn't need a huge audience. Anytime he speaks, he gets a worldwide audience now. So he doesn't need that. He doesn't need that. And in a way, that's not the image I think he wants to project.
It would be his most lowest viewed video ever.
Well, and also, it's almost like, he really is still an entertainer.
Yeah.
He is a war hero. And and I mean, I'll tell you, when I watch, he spoke to the Israeli parliament.
Yes, we did.
And, you know, the fact that the way he did this, with the Congress, he talked about 9/11 in Pearl Harbor. With Israel, he talked about the fact that Jews were kind of wandering without any homeland. And he said, we are in the same position you are in. So he really like connected every time he speaks to a country, he connects it to them.
Yes.
It's so
He's
smart.
more of a salesman than an entertainer at this point. I don't mean that pejoratively at all.
That's what a leader should be.
That's what a leader should be. You sell your position to the world.
I mean, think about it. When this
He's
thing,
outstanding.
oh my God, when this thing started, NATO was splintered. It wasn't clear that they were in any way aligned with Ukraine.
Yeah.
And now, even like Switzerland, I mean, it's
Neutral
Switzerland, neutral
throughout World War II.
And I mean,
And now they're like, no,
Yeah.
not
It's
today.
what he has done to galvanize support is one of the most remarkable things I've seen in my lifetime.
And the country as a whole is rallying. There are a lot of reports. I mean, obviously, the Ukrainian military has fought the Russian military to a standstill, and a lot of that is based on the belief in country and leadership. And it's pretty impressive.
They keep refusing not to surrender. They said that to them today.
And
Those
yet-
missiles that came out
Oh
today, that
my
video
God.
was, did you see the missile video that we posted?
Yes.
Oh my God.
It's just, I mean, they're decimating cities now.
Civilian targets.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're just the hospitals and
Yeah.
kids and bomb shelters. Somebody's got to do something to prove them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know whether the Russians just rise up, but I honestly, when you kind of look at this, I realize Putin has support in Russia, but I think he has support based on people who are listening to the Kool-Aid that he's dishing out.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine if people start seeing what he's really doing, that there isn't going to be a massive protest there.
Right, and there are always talks about media bleed through, so he can't keep everything out despite the fact that.
And good on Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
I mean, that video he posted, it
Had
had
reached millions of them.
millions, and it was one of the most impactful things of the war so far, because he is beloved in Russia, and the points he made were just so poignant. I just thought what Arnold did was one of the best things he's ever done.
No, it was because he also compared it to his life, made it personal to him.
Yeah.
I lived through this, it was awesome.
Okay, Johnny Depp. So Johnny Depp is suing Amber Heard in the United States for defamation. This has to do with, the whole divorce and everything that happened. Remember, he did this in England and lost. And I was shocked that he was picking this up, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But now this is about to go to trial, and he's got a witness list. And this witness list is crazy. He wants to call Elon Musk, who was dating Amber Heard.
Yep.
The timing of this is what he wants to get into. Elon Musk, James Franco, Paul Bettany. I mean, I don't understand why Johnny Depp is not letting this go.
It's been years.
And he lost a defamation lawsuit.
He lost a
England, and it is
defamation
so
lawsuit.
much easier to prove and win defamation lawsuits.
There.
than
Oh, wait, why?
Because the laws are just very different.
The laws are very different than, and so the fact that he's going to come here, it's almost like it's very personal. And I've always made the claim like lawyers drive nice cars to nice houses because people litigate on principle instead of litigating what's in everybody's best interest. He does not seem to have a good case here, and he's going to spend hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars on lawyers trying to prove a case. It seems unprovable.
Well, here's the problem.
All over again.
Beyond all of that, if he loses this case, essentially what they're saying is truth is a defense. She says he abused her.
Right.
And people are going to then say, well, you see, the jury decided. I don't know why he did this, because after the divorce, he was still getting roles.
Mm-hmm.
And he dodged that bullet.
Yes.
I don't know that he's going to dodge the bullet now that he's doubled and tripled down.
I agree.
No,
That,
and lost multiple times.
Well,
He's continually reassociating himself with domestic violence and with the allegations that were posed against him. Now, he says they're false. That's all well and good. We don't know. But the fact that we continue to think of Johnny Depp in the context of his domestic violence allegations with Amber Heard, that can't be a good thing for his career, right? He becomes untouchable at some point.
You would think. And well, untouchable? I mean, unemployable.
Yeah,
Unemployable.
yes.
I mean, I don't understand why he's doing this. And I think you're right. I think this is principle, and whatever happened,
right?
It's what, like, it is one thing to know it and one thing to prove it.
Yeah.
And it seems like he's going to have a hard time proving it. And if he loses this a second time, what are people walking away with? What's the takeaway?
That he did it.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you think Paul Bettany's like, oh my God, why did I get something wrong? It's
Right.
like-
Well, I think Elon Musk.
Yeah, Elon Musk, right? Elon Musk likes to be at the center.
I feel like Elon Musk likes to be involved with this.
Right, he's got his $100 billion or whatever.
Yeah.
Paul Bettany's like a very successful but not A-list star, and I'm sure he's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean,
James Franco's like, I got my own issues. Like, get me out of it.
Exactly.
That's crazy. Okay. Have a good day today. We will see you Wednesday. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Okay, well, we're about an hour in and John Batcher has not returned. I have no idea where John Batcher is. I have no idea what John Batcher's doing, but I apologize for being on his channel with nothing happening because this is his channel. Obviously, you tune in to see him, not me. So, my apologies. I don't know where John is. I've been playing this TMZ podcast simply to kill time until John comes back. But I have no idea. Well, you know what? I'll start playing the next one and we'll see if he comes back. If not, we'll just scrap this. Okay.
Hi, it's Steph from TMZ Verified, the podcast. I'd like to talk to you about something that's become an important part of my life, Noom.com. Most weight loss plans take a one-size-fits-all approach, but that doesn't work for everyone. Noom understands that we all have different needs and lifestyles, and they create personalized plans based on your unique psychology and biology. For me, Noom has been a game changer. Unlike restricted diets, it doesn't tell me what I can or can't eat and helps me make smarter choices without guilt. Noom's daily lessons have changed how to think about food. It's not just about cutting calories, but about building healthier habits and routines. Noom takes a science-backed approach to weight loss using psychology.
No, you
That's
know
why
what?
they say losing weight starts with your brain and your unique biological factor.
Fuck it, I'm gonna get back to the show regardless of whether John's here or not. Because
The hit series comes to USA.
Team-time champ versus the new.
Wade, it was just announced. 15 days away from Cena's first title defense. And it's going to be in the Piper's backyard.
Incredible. Randy Orton, the 14-time champ versus the new 17-time champ John Cena. That is your main event of Backlash. The management, unsurprisingly, moving fast when that one fell in their laps. Wow.
Coming your way, Baytown, folks.
And their opponents with a combined weight of 365 pounds, Axiom and Nathan Frazier. Fraxium!
Leading combination, Nathan Frazier and Axiom. WWE Universe. Enter WWE's Dream Treat, the Universal Orlando Resort Sweepstakes for a chance to experience Universal Orlando Resort's 4 theme parks, including the all-new Universal Epic Universe. That opens May 22nd. A chance to meet a WWE superstar. You can go to WWE.com/Universal Suites to enter for a chance to win. Wait, for a better part of the past year, Fraxium, they were the best of the best at NXT. And then this past weekend, at an excellent stand and deliver at WrestleMania, they were overtaken by Hank and Tank. Now, a really good chance for Fraxium to set a new course.
Yeah, massive acquisition for the blue brand here by GM Nick Aldis. Hats off to him for moving so quickly as soon as he realized Fraxium weren't available now in the ring. That is Axiom, Spanish superstar from Madrid. On the outside is Nathan Fraser from the island of Jersey in the UK. What a combination these two are.
Yeah, combination indeed. You're going to see right away just what they can do when they work in sync. And look at the speed. That's exactly what they are known for. The dynamic speed that creates unique power and the striking ability.
Such an incredible blend of athleticism. Actually, really that cold, calculated one. Fraser, though, really an erratic hothead but they work so well together. Wow!
Wow, would you look at Nathan Fraser? And how about Axiom as well?
Hot start, fresh out of the blocks here for Fraxium, taking it to
Off and over! Los Garza hasn't been able to breathe since the beginning here.
Message to the entire SmackDown tag division. Days of Changemaker.
My oh my! Quick to the top, the moonsault. Nathan Fraser and Axiom. Welcome to SmackDown.
Los Garza have not managed to get a shot in the spot.
Into the cover, and quickly Berto gets Fraser off of him with the kick out.
Santos Escobar must be pulling his hair out right now. This has been a disastrous start for the Lucha team.
Well, Los Garza, it's interesting you said that because they've got an earful from Santos Escobar lately. He has been constantly trying to push them to the next level.
Far from impressed with their performances. Wow, cheap move there from Angel Alberto as Axiom falls to the outside. Impressive start, but finally Los Garza in control.
What's it like to have the speed and power of Cricket 5G? It's like me. You're stuck.
Fire grown wild and free, all I want is you to be my sweet OP. And if I was a tree grown tall and green, all I want is you to shade me and be my lead.
Since switching to Dr. Schwartz, everyone is calling me Moisture Mike Tyson. Dr. Schwartz, total moisture, made with natural ingredient. Now sniff. Take a bite out of dryness with Dr. Schwartz, total moisture.
Well, look at this. Look who finally remembered we were here.
Yep. There's still the Fraxium and Los Gonzalez.
Dude, Jesus Christ. Do you realize it's been like an hour?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Is there any particular reason?
Mm-mm. Mm-hmm.
What the fuck, dude?
Let's watch wrestling.
No, why don't I ask you a question?
Because I was talking to Dylan.
Can you please answer?
I just told you, I was talking to Dylan.
So basically you thought, fuck Mike, I'm going to talk to somebody else.
I said I'll be right back to get some more lemonade, and then Dylan wanted to talk to me.
Yeah, so basically...
I didn't say fuck Mike. I said let me go talk to him, and I'll be back.
Well, you didn't tell me that. It would have been nice if you had let me know that. Aside, myself aside, your viewers have been sitting here wondering where you've been at. That's not fair to them. They don't do this because of me. This is your channel.
You're the guest star.
Yeah, but regardless, this is your channel. They tune in to watch you. Now we may not be able to finish the show because you wasted so much time.
Well, I'm sorry, Mike.
Liberty Mutual is all she talks about since we saved hundreds by bundling our
Well-
home and auto insurance.
It's pronounced Liberty. Liberty. Nice try, kid.
Yeah.
Only pay for what you need.
As far as you being sorry, that's something I figured out a while ago. I was trying to be nice enough not to say anything. But believe me, I've known you're sorry for quite a while.
Maybe after SmackDown, maybe you can tell your jokes.
This Xfinity
Or
Wi-Fi.
during the next commercial break.
Yeah, you don't get it, dude. It's like trying to talk to a brick wall.
It's not boom time.
Are you saying that I'm stupid?
The Wi-Fi is booming like a
XW unicorn IPO.
Although I was trying not to say it outright. But
Now everyone who knows a boom when they see one is going to want to say it.
Los Garza from Legado del Fantasma in control right now.
Well, I was about to ask my mother if I can go home and get you a Mountain Dew so we can watch Raw together this Monday night. So I guess I might have to get something else done.
In his native Spain, and he
Oh wait, we already have Mountain Dew. This is Mr. John running in the dance.
Yeah, Mountain Dew, so
Clear
chill.
things up.
Well, this is
And
1,000
I
miles
think
an hour
Dice
stuff
can
now for Nathan Fraser.
What a bullet he is!
I don't care how hard you throw that one. It's got that pace behind it. There's simply no way to block it. Berto in big trouble here.
Swing blade and now springboards
Anyway,
his way.
the point is,
But oh no! Look at this! Senton
I got
into the
tired
cover.
of waiting because you took too long.
All
So I
that
just went
high
ahead
and
and restarted
revving
the show.
energy and couldn't put it away.
I'm going to upgrade my eyeballs.
Well,
the frame rate is
that's
simply not
all right.
quick enough to keep up with Nathan Fraser.
No, they are a blur. It is a vapor trail every time he runs the ropes.
You're so dynamic in their jaw-dropping movement. But Berto has a trick or two up his sleeve too, and I don't think Nathan Fraser saw that tag to Angel.
No, there was a blind tag, and coming in was Angel with the kick, hooks the leg, and getting that right shoulder up at the last possible second was Fraser.
Yeah, all the momentum of that moonsault combined with that kick to the jaw, that precision strike from Angel, and now it's the durability of Fraser that has kept Fraxium in this one.
And they are heading on up. We've seen how dangerous they could be with their teamwork from up high.
Oh,
MTY!
from the top, a super MTY now cleaning house.
Berto!
Exclamation point on this one.
Oh, and coming in and making the save through all the traffic was the 5'8" Axiom.
What a more look at this. This is right after the super MTY. No kicking out here for Nathan Fraser. It was over, and as desperate as Angel tried to prevent Axiom breaking that up, it wasn't enough. Fraxium refusing to be denied here on their tag team debut on SmackDown.
Fraxium to survive that super MTY. I remember Tess landed on his feet a few weeks ago. That was a dynamic move. But this was teamwork and will and grit to get out of it. And now toe-to-toe, right in the middle of the ring, Axiom and Angel.
Oh, nothing pretty about this now. We are in a dogfight. Oh, headbutt there too. And you got to think with that acquisition of AAA that was announced on the weekend, that industry shaking news, these luchadors are desperate to put their best foot forward.
Kick coming up top as Angel was climbing up to the top, and now
I don't know how hard we laughed about what Izzy said today at the warehouse about shall we watch them.
It wasn't even that. It was the fact that he was
Lines it up to Spain.
imitating them and doing it
Look at
perfectly.
this from Fraxium.
Dude, if we had a stand-up comedy,
Not only Joey, but DJ too.
From Fraxium on SmackDown. Here are your winners, Fraxium.
dude, we should do stand-up comedy.
Fraxium, welcome to the Blue Brand.
I've done stand-up comedy, weren't you?
Remember, still to
You
come
were
tonight,
there, I
a
think.
TLC.
I was. But I'm talking about when you did comedy clubs at Boston. I wasn't there for that.
I didn't do comedy
We will
clubs.
hear from the WWE Women's Champion.
I left Boston when I was only 3.
Carmel, you're next. You ready? Then I'll get ready. I'll stay ready.
So what did Noah says here at the prom tonight?
Fuck, I don't know. I could barely hear him. Him or anybody else.
Opening May 22nd. Step through the gates and explore 5 immersive worlds of thrills and excitement. Plus, you'll stay at the brand new Universal Terra Luna Resort. Enter the WWE Universe Dream Trip giveaway today. Go to WWE.com/Universal Sweeps to enter now.
Holy shit. When?
Money in the Bank will be coming your way from LA, and tickets went on sale today for Saturday, June 7th. Money in the Bank in Los Angeles. You can buy tickets via Ticketmaster and experience the non-stop excitement at Money in the Bank with On Location, the official fan hospitality partner of WWE. Unrivaled access, unmatched service, unforgettable experiences. Find your package at onlocationexp.com/WWE.
It's Tiffy time!
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the WWE Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton.
So here comes the Weller victory lap after a hard-fought match. And for Tiffany Stratton, WrestleMania was more than just a title event. Charlotte Flair really watched her in ways leading up to WrestleMania that you could have. Wait, I think for the WWE Women's Champ, she's forever changed because of that match and that experience and that build-up, and it's more better.
Tiffany Stratton, just take a look at the wound she's wearing across her face and body. She was put through the ringer by the most physical Charlotte Flair I've ever seen. It was a fight in the trenches. We've known for years that Tiffany Stratton can win pretty. Well, now she can also win ugly. A big development in the career of the champ.
No, I need it like
What
There.
time is it?
it's hippie time.
That's right. At WrestleMania, in front of 60,000 people, it was Tiffy time. I went toe-to-toe with one of the greatest of all time, Charlotte Flair. And I can't even lie, there were moments when I doubted myself and the pressure got to me, but in the end, I prevailed and I walked out of WrestleMania and still your WWE Women's Champion. And I was always told for the longest time, Tiffy, you're the next Charlotte Flair. Wrong. There may be only one Charlotte Flair, but I guarantee you there is only one Tiffany Stratton.
It's Jade Cargill.
Oh, Jade.
Speaking of one of one,
Tiffany, cut it. Now I came here to give credit where it's due. And your match with Charlotte was very impressive. But that did nothing but create a bigger target on your back. And since business is finished with Naomi, I have nothing but time. So I think it's time for me to remind everybody why I came here to WWE. I think it's time for everyone to see why I came here to be a champion. And I think it's time for you to understand just because you beat Charlotte doesn't make you the best, especially when you haven't faced me.
Okay, well, why don't you put your money where your mouth is and let's get a rip out here, right now.
a little WrestleMania encore to the max.
Yes!
Instant dream matchup in Texas. Tiffany and Jade, let's go.
Good morning, chefs.
You all can cook.
Although it did help to kill commercials.
Fresh with Febreze bathroom. It's an outlet-free air freshener that fights odors for 45 days. So even after every flush, you know your bathroom smells amazing.
Well, this is one of those unexpected gifts that just arises every so often. Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill meeting up here, instantly saying, you know what, let's just do this. Now, what I'm curious about here, Wade, is we saw them both in action Saturday at WrestleMania Vegas. But for Jade, listen, two-time women's tag team champion. Now, trying to gather a little momentum on the singles side. Gets the win over.
We know.
Naomi, now gets to prove herself here against Tiffany.
Yeah, I think it's a
And
good point.
please do not ruin the show.
But you're right, it's been in the tag ranks.
Who are you talking to? This person said WWE Rhea Ripley Women's Champion wins Backlash versus Io Sky 2025.
Well, clearly, Jade Cargill proving
What
against
did
Naomi
you
at
say it again?
WrestleMania.
Rhea Ripley is going to win the title, and I'm going to tell this dude not to run the pay-per-view.
No, he's not really ruining the show. What he's doing is making the predictive.
Oh, never mind. Sorry, man.
If the Storm pulls out a big dub tonight.
You, Cole, and Pat were on the call for her victory against Naomi.
Ruining the show would be if it had already happened and he hadn't seen it yet. Which is, I think, the case with Josh. I think that's why he gets so upset, because we see it before he does.
That's true.
To pull off the strength and balance and core power to pull that off is ridiculous. There's nothing you can do in a gym to train for that. It's just God-given talent.
Now here's an example of it. And Stratton, and we get that arm drag there. Tiffany, of course, herself. There it is, right there. Into the backbreaker, just catching her in midair. But Tiffany herself surviving what was such a brutal test of endurance. That draining match against Charlotte Flair. When you reflect on it, as you see, Stratton now coming straight in with that running hip attack as she had Jade up against the ropes. What impressed you the most with Tiffany against Charlotte?
Tiffany's ability to not be swallowed up by a more experienced competitor. What a big spine buster there from Jade Cargill. Hold on. All the pressure on the shoulders of Tiffany Stratton. It was a ginger kick out there.
Boy, was it?
Stratton is hurting here.
Well, listen, I mean, we saw what she looked like after the match. And again, just pressing down the shoulders and able to get that left shoulder up.
Well, Stratton still has bruises all over her body, especially on the forehead there from one of the natural selections, I think it was, that connected.
Went for that knee, but instead, Stratton went right into the cover, and now the spine buster of her own as she hooks the leg, looking to put away Jade. Jade easily getting that left shoulder up.
You've got to think the kind of wars that these two women both went through a few days ago at WrestleMania. There's a lot been taken out of these bodies. These two are hurting. And ideally, you would not take this kind of match, but both are such competitors. They want to fight right now. I don't know how smart that is.
112 days as champion for Tiffany Stratton, but not backing down from any challenge at all. And it is Tiffy time. You know, it's hard to believe, Wade, she has been headlining. She hooks the leg here. And once again, the kick out. She's been headlining for so long now, but it's hard to believe that this past weekend was Stratton's WrestleMania debut.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I mean, she's been in massive events before, most notably probably at NXT, where she's been at the main event level there. And really parlayed that in super quick time to be the number one in the women's division here. But don't forget, Tiffany Stratton 4 years ago had nothing to do with this industry. Perhaps the quickest developer ever, and in full control here against Jade Cargill.
Graduates, today you enter the real world, ready for whatever lies ahead.
You know what my prediction is?
What's that?
My prediction is that if someone shows up at the next pay-per-view, what if it's someone who's new,
sold out,
old, or who has wrestled in the past? I would definitely see that person come back. What if it's a male or a female?
It's not boom time. The Wi-Fi booming. The Wi-Fi is booming like a
10XW unicorn IPO.
Read me sideways. It's bursting with Wi-Fi.
Well, everyone who knows I'm booming when they see it is going to want to say it.
The Wi-Fi booming.
Here in Fort Worth, a big crowd of 11,600 plus sold out at Dickies Arena, and they are enjoying seeing this. Unexpected, but here they are. Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill, of course, less than a week removed.
It's not that hard. Just squeeze. 1, 2, 3. Good. Just gotta wash my hands.
Okay.
I'm back.
WrestleMania victories and deciding to test each other. And at this point, Wade, it becomes the rolling cinta. Who has what left in the tank?
Here we go, Joe.
Here it is. Oh, she trips up on it. Now jumps up. Prettiest moonsault ever, but Jade gets on the way.
Yeah, that was a slip that did that. Jade Cargill was bang to rights. It shows how beat up Tiffany Stratton is. I've never seen her miss. On that.
Oh, slam! Former Alabama slam. Powerbomb Jade. And just in the nick of the time, Tiffy Time survives.
Well, it just shows you how powerful Jade Cargill really is. This attempt by Tiffany Stratton. Mid-air, let me just catch you. Turn it into a powerbomb. Tight. But that is why Tiffany Stratton is the champion. I'm still getting over Tiffany Stratton slipping on that moonsault attempt. Something I have never seen before. Tiffany's hurting it.
But I think it sums up the state of these two. This is not the fresh Barbie doll entrance we saw of Tiffany. This is somebody that had to get through the fire of Charlotte Flair.
Oh, she won ugly against Charlotte Flair. She's going to have to win ugly again tonight against Jade Cargill.
We're going to create some offensive momentum, but instead, Jade and now looking to counter is Stratton, and she delivers the basement drop kick right into the cover.
Oh, nice there.
They should just fight forever.
I'll tell you right now, I saw Jade block Tiffany from mid-air, attacking Jade, scarpering out of there with Tiffany Stratton and almost pulling out the win.
Wait, there have been 2 instances in this match now where you're just in awe of what Jade Cargill can do with the power to control an opponent. You saw it there in the cartwheel out in the slam that she countered to the powerbomb, and then looking for the Jaded moments ago, and now quick to meet Tiffany up on the ropes.
Again, Tiffany Stratton very slow getting onto that top.
Overbox Jade Cargill.
A lot has been taken out of Jade Cargill here. You want to pounce on a pin as quickly as you can, but the body is not cooperating with the mind when it comes to Jade Cargill. And that has allowed an escape here for Tiffany Stratton just when all was looking lost.
She looks to roll out of the ring, and you can see the significant bruising on her back. You can see Jade Cargill.
Oh, no! Jade said business is finished with Naomi about 5 minutes ago. No, it's not. Not at all.
Well, Naomi may have lost at WrestleMania, but that has clearly
Well, now, where did Tiffany go?
as far as Naomi is concerned.
Basically roll out of the ring.
When so much was taken out of Jade
There she
Cargill,
is.
that is when Naomi decides to strike. Slamming her right into the post.
An unhinged and vindictive Naomi saying this ain't over till I say it is.
Last Saturday, it was Jade who got the best of her bitter rival. All the emotion attached to these two, and now Naomi comes in and interrupts the action in this match against Tiffany Stratton. After Jade was reaching for her back, was slow to move, and Naomi pounces on her twice now, sending her into the post as her body just drapes to the floor.
Uh-oh.
Tiffany Stratton back on her feet. And Naomi decides to exit on that stare down.
Naomi came here for one reason and one reason only.
Welcome back, Nia. Welcome back, Nia.
Stratton stepping back to cash in the Money in the Bank contract and take the gold from back in January.
They're cousins. Ooh. Nia and Naomi.
And you believe it's 1/3
They're
for
family.
Naomi, but now
Nia Jax with the leg drop on Tiffany Stratton.
It's the ghost of Christmas past.
And this is a violent assault on the WWE Women's Champion. Looking for the Annihilator on Tiffy time.
I'm back for what's mine, Tiffany Stratton.
That was hers. And then the cash-in happened 112 days ago. Nia Jax returns and makes that statement. Just when you thought that Tiffany went over Charlotte Flair with great clarity for the women's division, that happens. The Motor City Machine Gun. They are preparing for tables, ladders, and chairs, a triple threat for the WWE Tag Team Championships with DIY Industry Profits. But coming up next, Fatu, the new United States Champion.
What's up, WWE?
But a great night here in Fort Worth, where a Dickies Arena sold-out crowd of over 11,000, 16 miles away from AT&T Stadium. Of course, it was 3 years ago that was the home of WrestleMania 41 in Vegas, where one of the big stars of the night was Jacob Fatu, becoming the new U.S. champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Solo Sikoa and the new United States Champion, the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu!
Fatu was Solo leading the way. Of course, when the year started, Solo was leading the way. He was then the new tribal chief. By last week, he was the chief support for Fatu, softening up LA Knight singles and tag action, and then hyping him up for weeks as the next U.S. champ. Well, that came to be, didn't it?
Well, there's some major tensions over the past couple of months between Solo and Jacob Fatu, but Solo Sikoa has played an absolute masterstroke in guiding Jacob Fatu to his first championship goal here in the singles ranks. And there's nothing like a good slice of gold to put tensions away for good.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, show some love and respect for your new United States Champion, Jacob Fatu. At WrestleMania, everyone saw what I already knew. That Jacob Fatu, he's the future. He is the future of this company. But let me remind you something. Nobody in my family, nobody wanted Jacob here. Except me. They thought he was trouble. Thought he was too much of a risk. But you know who changed that? You know who made it all happen? It was me. I'm the reason that Jacob's a champion. I'm the one that brought him here. I'm the one that took him to the promised land. I took Jacob off the streets and made him into United States champion. Jacob is here because of me. This is exactly what happens when you love your family. Jacob would not be standing here if it wasn't.
Thank God.
You pissed Jacob off now.
See, let's not get it twisted. I told you I was gonna win the U.S. title. I told you the U.S. title was coming home to the family. And I told you I was gonna do it with you or without you.
And he did.
And that's exactly what I did.
Told you. Yep, I was right.
So Texas, look at your new U.S. champ.
He's definitely the baby face of the family.
I know that this title makes me America's most wanted. Hell, I know that this title makes me a menace to society. But at the end of the day, you better get in where you fit in. Because I'm all gas, no brakes with it. Y'all know what I mean? 5, 2.
I guess you're playing more. I love you solo. Let me talk to you.
Let me talk to you. At WrestleMania, I guaranteed, I told you, you need a BFT, and my God, you ain't a BFT. I dropped you right there in your big fat mouth head. You reached out, grabbed the rope, and good for you, because after that, you were able to capitalize, and you were able to beat me right in the middle of that ring. I'll give credit where credit's due. It can happen to anybody, any night. Anybody can get it. But you got to understand something. I walk back there, and everybody says, man, you had a hell of a match at WrestleMania. But I ain't worried about having a hell of a match. I'm worried about winning. I'm worried about taking that championship. And if you can't understand what I'm saying is I want my rematch, and I want it right now.
Scottish Warrior looking to crash this Fatu LA Night Party.
The winner of the Sin City Street Fight. And with that much abuse that he absorbed, it's astounding that he's on 2 feet.
You know, Dallas, it's not always easy being Drew McIntyre. I mean, personally, it is. Being tall, Jack, handsome, and much like Texas, I got some big guns. But professionally, I've been screwed over time and time again. Every world title match to WrestleMania, I had to get through the last roadblock and I beat Damian Priest in one of the most violent matches in WrestleMania history. So Priest, I know you're not here today. We're not going to see you for a while, so I want to take a moment to say thank you. It was an absolute pleasure to embarrass you in front of your entire family. The next plan was challenge John Cena for the world title. And then Randy Orton jumped the line, the same Randy Orton I beat 3 weeks ago. I'm starting to wonder if everybody's a World Wrestling Entertainment or Nepo Wrestling Entertainment. Speaking of which, hi Bloodline.
Or what?
Oh.
You done yet?
I'll get to you in a second.
Continue on.
I've been watching Cena these past few weeks. I watched him tonight. He ain't the same
Imagine
guy.
LA
He's
Knight
a punk
said,
now.
Blah, 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 blah,
Drew
blah.
McIntyre
Watch.
wants to fight the baddest dog in the yard. I want to fight the baddest champion in the yard. Jacob, I want to fight you.
Blah, 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 blah. Can somebody wake me up when this mush mouth is done?
Always with the jokes, and always with the jokes. The only joke around here was your last U.S. title run.
Oh. I would say your last title run was a joke, but I can't remember it. So I'll tell you what, you got a problem with Randy Orton, go talk to Randy Orton. But right now you're standing here at a time that's my time when I said I want my U.S. championship. But if you think that you want to make claim to that U.S. championship, I tell you what, you think you deserve it so bad, why don't you come on in here and show me?
Okay.
Drew, it's not bashful about taking invitations.
Whoa, hold on a second there, fellas. I think we can all see where this is going, so before you two tear each other apart, how about I offer an alternative? How about you come back here, you put your tights on, you put your boots on, you lace them up tight, and Fort Worth, Texas, I'll give you Drew McIntyre versus L.A. Knight. One-on-one tonight, and the winner is the #1 contender for the United States Championship.
Oh, is that a great #1 contenders match?
Best GM ever. There's a long jump for the #1 contendership, and we're going to fix it right here in Fort Worth. Love it.
A little Jacob Fatu yada mean on that, Wade.
This before you head out there, 2 weeks ago, you beat Chelsea Green by countout. Then last week, you beat her by pinfall. But if things go your way tonight, you're going to become the new Women's United States Champion. What are your thoughts on?
Honestly, Byron, I know I'm known to have a big mouth and I always got something to say. But tonight is one of those nights where I'm actually speechless. And it's because it means so much to me. I've wanted this for so long. And just like my mentor, Rey Mysterio, who's a former United States champion, and Eddie Guerrero, who's a former United States champion, I kind of want to bring some Latino heat into my match tonight. And of course, just like how they do it here in Texas, you go big or you go home. And Byron, I'm not going home until I have that United States championship around my waist.
Zelina, good luck tonight.
The U.S. Championship match that Zelina Vega desperately wanted and earned. She is next against Chelsea Green.
I choose to be a wishmaker because I want to provide a fun experience for families in need.
This world would.
And remember, we still have our TLC Tag Team Championship coming your way commercial free. And now this United States Championship match.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it's for the Women's United States Championship. Introducing first, from Queens, New York, Zelina Vega!
Hey, a couple weeks ago, perhaps you could say it was a fluky win for Vega when Chelsea Green was unknowingly counted out. But wait, last week, Vega proved herself.
Miller, in that singles match, we don't need Secret Herbert at ringside. Thank you so much.
Well, that lack of Secret Herbert's protection for the champ on the back foot. But Green almost grabbed victory before things went downhill. Vega connecting with what is a super for the dog, adding further on to Vega's demands for a title opportunity that tonight had been granted.
WWE Universe, enter WWE's Dream Trip to Universal Orlando Resort Sweepstakes for a chance to experience Universal Orlando Resort's 4 theme parks, including the all-new Universal Epic Universe opening May 22nd, plus a chance to meet a WWE superstar. Go to WWE.com.
On my mom's birthday.
To enter for a chance to win.
What's May 22nd.
Her opponent, accompanied by the Secret Hermits from Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. She is the Women's United States Champion, Chelsea Green.
Boy, she is excellent in the ring, but some may call her grating or cringed over her constant self-promotion and complaints. Some would say it's fueled by an inflated sense of entitlement or delusional lack of awareness. Some would argue it's simply unbridled arrogance. Others salute and pledge allegiance and have names like Piper Niven and Alba Fire and Wade Barrett.
I see your talent, and I am personally stand to attention.
Please sit down.
Salute
I am begging
our
you, Doctor.
champion, Chelsea Green. In Chelsea, we trust.
Just respect yourself. You are absolutely irreplaceable when it comes to Chelsea Green. That is what is on the line. That is what Zelina Vega has earned the right to fight for. The United States Championship. But Green tries to go on the attack early on, and Vega gets out of the way and delivers right hand after right hand. Wait, after 2 straight wins against Chelsea Green to earn this opportunity. He's looking for the up here.
2 straight wins. Pump the brakes there. There's a caveat. The caveat being on those 2 straight wins, the Secret Herbies were not here to protect the champ. They're here tonight.
I'm sorry, who's protecting Zelina Vega?
Zelina Vega, if she has no protection against somebody as talented as the champ Chelsea Green, is going to lose, Joe Tess. That's how this works.
Now, Vega came up with a very good win that we just saw moments ago, a week ago. Not title match to earn this. Prior to that, it was the count out. By the way, Ryan Tran, the same referee for this championship match. He's had an outstanding career. Always fair and balanced and does the best possible job he can. But he was the referee when there was that count out a few weeks ago. Oh, look at Alba Fire.
He's become known as fast count referee. I've timed that 10.
Oh, man. Are you kidding me with the distraction? And all of a sudden, the Secret Herbis takes advantage.
Switch to Cricket and get nationwide 5G so you can post that epic
Secret Service, my ass.
Torrin Wade Barrett with you. Women's United States Championship.
I name them, but I hear they're pretty cool. Watch Resident Alien from the beginning. Next, after SmackDown on USA.
Back here in Fort Worth, Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett with you. Women's United States Championship match. Chelsea Green looking to defend against Zelina Vega. We mentioned the fact that in the last two non-title matches, when Vega came up with a victory, the Secret Purvis, Piper and Alba, were not there to protect Chelsea Green. They've already played a major role tonight, Wade.
Chelsea gets nervous without her security team in place. She feels vulnerable at the mercy of any riffraff who wants to make a name for themselves at the expense of the gem. Oh my God.
And plus they got reached that night too.
Of Zelina Vega trying to fight back and delivering.
We saw a
Tell you
super
what,
cold red last week.
if
That was
you
a
want to watch
super
Stephanie's
release
place,
German
we can watch it
suplex
EW another night if
connecting
it's
high
on
on the
demand.
neck and shoulders of the champ, and that might be the moment that the target needs to turn in this one. I'll tell you what, that was won by Zelina Vega.
Keep in mind, that is what they are battling for Zelina Vega. She has competed for a singles title 5 times in her WWE career. 0-5. Looking to finally break through is Zelina Vega.
Sent a knee to the jaw there on Vega. Vega was just too quick, and now with that spinning back elbow flattens the champ.
And that back elbow that sets her up with a running knee into the corner, and now Vega is climbing up top.
All over the place now is the champ, Chelsea Green. No clue where she's at. My God!
Zelina Vega in position to win the championship.
Oh, what a huge meteora there, Joe. And that perhaps is the moment that Vega thought she had it one. Wait a second.
Look at Alba fire, just as you described, Wade.
A cheap shot there from Zelina Vega.
Cheap shot. She's cleared the apron, but in giving time to Chelsea Green, Green looks to take control, looking for a prettier again. But instead, Zelina Vega with the backstabber, and now Vega says, I want a little 619 until my night. Oh, Piper trips her up. This has gone too far with the Secret Purvis. And now Ryan Trant finally turns around and sees it. Get out of here! Rip this
Get him
place
out of
down.
here.
Justice is served.
The Secret Purvis evicted from the matchup, but it might be academic as back in control is Chelsea Green.
Oh! Correct! Do we have it? No! Oh my!
My God!
Oh,
My God!
in Texas.
Zelina has done it.
Uh-oh.
Women's United States Champion, Zelina Vega!
Zelina Vega! Her first WWE singles title!
It's a hit and run, but nobody saw coming. Zelina Vega winning her first singles championship. She has slain that demon. And I think, Joe Test, we are all in shock. The ultimate underdog in the women's division has just pulled off a jaw-dropping victory. We've got a new women's U.S. champ.
I mean, weeks ago she said this is the target. She was
Thank you,
dismissed,
Zelina.
disrespected. You said
Thank you,
13 weeks to
Zelina.
earn it. She just earned that.
At least try and be neutral.
Oh, man.
Good
And
God
there's always so much
Almighty.
that happens coming off of WrestleMania weekend. So much that happens that weekend that you forget. But don't forget the thrill.
And that's a week from
Last
Friday.
night was
They're going to
Carmelo
say,
Hayes
you
coming out
deserve
on top.
it. You deserve it.
Superstars with extra large personalities is delivered by Papa John's. The Shakaroni is back at Papa John's. Order now.
There are few prizes in the industry like it. And the annual Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, one of the most distinct trophies in all the industry, will be awarded.
Who needs a belt? Let's just start throwing this, guys.
I'm trying to get the best of Carmelo Hayes.
Well, saving his tag team partner, real chemistry growing up. He's on, he's going on a tear here. He smells victory. Once again, the base has saved Carmelo Hayes.
Mello takes care of it. It comes down to Carmelo Hayes and Andrade.
Both men giving everything they've got to be, using it as a launch pad for further greatness. A lot on the line between these two.
And with that, we've got a winner.
Carmelo and take home the prestigious 800th award trophy. Congratulations.
It is all said and done, you will go down as the greatest Andre the Giant Battle Royal winner of all time. That's why I sacrificed myself for you. Because I have a vision for Carmelo Hayes. And to commemorate this major achievement, I got you something. Yeah? Come on, open it. No, come on, man. Yeah. Spared no expense. Hey, you earned it.
You know what, though? This is bigger than me, miss. This represents the chip that's on my shoulder, okay? With this around my neck, I refuse to be overlooked. Keep cooking. I refuse to be denied. Let's go. And in the true spirit of Andre the Giant, when I'm wearing this thing, I'm 7 feet. 7 feet! I'm larger than life. I am the 10th wonder of the world. 10th wonder of the world. And I am.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you are. You know what? You just inspired me. I'm gonna go out to that ring and get something off my chest today. Let's go. Hey, you enjoy this. Enjoy this moment. I'm about to make mine.
No, you are not the 10th wonder of the world.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces passing.
Yeah, 10th one of the world.
The Miz, fresh off his custom jewelry.
Never gonna happen.
Half golden Andre the Giant headband.
You know, since 2007, I've been an integral part of WrestleMania. But this year, at the highest grossing WrestleMania in history, I had no match, no mention, nowhere to be found. May I remind you, I main evented WrestleMania, beating John Cena, retaining the WWE Championship, something that Cody Rhodes, your chosen hero, could not do last week. And yet he gets the cheers. The pyro, the spotlight, and I get it. He was champion. He deserves to be on WrestleMania. But when Rey Mysterio comes hobbling in to WrestleMania, does he come to a fellow legend to fill his boots? No, he goes to a guy who's been here for 2 weeks. I've been here for 20 years. What do I have to do? Wear a lucha mask and call myself Rey? Then KO goes down. Orton needs an opponent. He needs an opponent. Do you guys want a guy who's beaten Randy Orton for the WWE Championship? No. You guys want a guy who's an internet meme, a TikTok trend, a guy who does musical theater in a wrestling ring. I am sick of it. I am sick and tired of people showing up in WWE, people that I'm a bigger star than. People that cannot lace my boots in this ring. I'm sick of them getting opportunity after opportunity. May I remind you that I am the A-lister. I am the most must-see WWE superstar of all time. And may you never forget that I am the Miz, and I am...
Stupid.
What? Surprise. That's what I'm talking.
That doesn't tell me anything, but that does.
You know it. You know who it is. Who was right? Who was right? Let's go, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, guess who's back? Because his name is
Aleister Black. Welcome home, Aleister.
Where's my back? Oh, it's right by your back.
The mysterious, ultra dangerous Aleister Black is back.
Oh my God! Aleister Black is back here! And he's on the SmackDown! Former NXT champ! One of the most devastating strikers this industry has ever seen, especially relating to kicks. The otherworldly, the ominous, the eerie. Aleister Black.
Zelina is happy that her husband's back.
Incredible arrival to SmackDown. You said the ultimate striker, that kickboxing background, that black mask always in the holster.
Straight out of Amsterdam, Netherlands. This, what the hell have you awoken here?
First Rusev, now Aleister Black. Who's next?
Who's next? Goldberg. I just said that because you said who's next.
Hey, who the hell are you?
Oh!
What were we saying about Black Mass always being in the holster? Mitch found out.
Well, give the devil his due. Welcome to SmackDown. Aleister Black, what an acquisition.
Actually, no fair. I'm scared to go out there by myself. If you need us, that's where we are. We didn't leave.
Okay. Wait, you're gonna be where?
She's gonna clean
It's
Jeffrey's
right
chair.
outside the water hose outside the door.
Okay. Why are you scared to be out there by yourself?
She's with Miss Anita.
Why wouldn't I? It's super dark. There's like wild animals over here. I don't want to get mauled.
Wild animals?
Our house is kind of.
Things just got real different around.
Oh wow! Welcome back, Aleister.
Looks like the Miz got me talking about being disrespected, being left out.
And you know what? That was
He got shut up.
awesome.
He's back. And this is the scene right now with the champs, the Street Profits, getting set for the TLC Triple Threat match to defend the WWE Tag Team Championships. It'll be part of a commercial-free final hour. TLC Triple Threat. And coming up next, big names who both want to go at Fatu's U.S. Championship. Drew McIntyre against the recent U.S. champ, L.A. Knight.
Yeah!
Catch some shade with your friends in the Valley.
Give Karen energy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go make some lemonade.
Well, St. Louis.
You're not going to forget me this time, are you?
You're right back.
To achieve weight loss success. First-time users lose an average of 15 pounds in 15 weeks, and 95% say it's a long-term solution. It's helped over 5.2 million people build healthier habits. Why not you? Stay focused on what's important to you with Noom. Sign up for your trial today at Noom.com. Based on a 3.5-year study of actively engaged Noom users with a minimum starting BMI of 25, individual results may vary. Visit our website for more information.
Today on the TMZ Podcast.
Welcome to the TMZ Podcast. How are you? Jason Beckerman and Anthony. So, we have been talking a lot about conservatorships over the last year, and Amanda Bynes got out of hers yesterday, and this is a genuine success story, a real success story, that she's been in a conservatorship for 9 years. I remember covering this, where she, when you look at what happened back then, I mean, I remember this video so vividly that she tried to set her dog on fire with gasoline in a driveway, and she was then taken to a psychiatric hospital. She was in such dire, desperate shape. 9 years later, she's graduated from the Fashion Institute. She is stable, happy, engaged, and her parents have done such a good job managing all of this and righting the ship. And I just think, I think it's really important that people can see, because I think conservatorships were just given this, horrible kind of moniker as a result of Britney Spears. And even that, I think you've got to look at what was behind all of that, because you got to remember back to Britney. But this is a success story.
This is a huge success story, and fantastic for Amanda Bynes. I think the point that you were making, it is a success story in the face of, or on the heels of Britney Spears, which was viewed as such a lack of success. Now I think that's inaccurate, right? Remember where she was, the shaved head, sort of completely addled Britney that we had so many years ago, to this person who's now this incredible businesswoman and success story. And I think that is largely a part of the conservatorship, notwithstanding what happened at the end with her parents. But Amanda Bynes, we didn't have any of the histrionics coming to the end, and it's really wonderful to see how healthy she is. And I think we all couldn't be happier for her.
No, and to your point, we're talking about Britney Spears for a reason, because that's the obvious compare and contrast here. I would argue that Amanda Bynes was in perhaps worse shape than Britney Spears was. As far as behavior, I mean, she was, if you go back and look at some of these old TNC videos that we were doing for walking around the store.
Burning dogs is
I think that's we don't have to get into a pissing contest over this, but I would just argue
they were both in dangerous times.
Yes, potentially, yes. And look, Amanda Bynes' conservatorship is ending with a lot less noise than Britney's. And a lot of that has to do with Britney's father. It was way more acrimonious. And for this to kind of just be, it's over, it was quiet, not a whole lot of noise, I can appreciate that. The fact that everyone was on the same page, and by the way, she hasn't even taken to social media. She's been quiet, and I don't think she's going to.
Well, there's no greater testament to how healthy she is than she's turning down
all these
interviews.
I mean, everybody wants to interview her.
Right.
Yeah.
She's done in show business.
I think for good reason. I mean, look, I feel so bad for Amanda Bynes because she was.
I loved Amanda Bynes.
I loved Amanda Bynes. She was so talented. She was on a rocket ship of success in her heyday. I feel like she kind of got chewed up and spit out by the industry,
Well, some people just aren't meant to be famous early. Don't have.
Well, the other thing is, it's not even an issue that she didn't have the capacity. She was
She was doing it for a long time. She was working in show business for years and years until eventually she just couldn't take it.
There are a lot of people have different degrees of mental illness.
Is is buzzing because we are now only 15 days away, and it was just announced. It's going to be Randy Orton and John Cena at Backlash, and you can experience the non-stop excitement of Backlash with On Location, the official fan hospitality partner of WWE. Unrivaled access, unmatched service, unforgettable experiences. Find your package at onlocationext.com/WWE.
Right now, standing by with Bianca Belair. Bianca, your match at WrestleMania against Io Sky and Rhea Ripley, instant classic. Like one of the best matches of the entire weekend. Unfortunately, you didn't leave Las Vegas unscathed. Can you tell us what happened?
Yeah, Byron, my fingers hurt, my feelings hurt. Nah, I'm just playing. Yeah, I walked out of WrestleMania with a couple of broken fingers, but it was all worth it. You know, we all fought to the end, and things may not have gone my way, but at least I can say that I am so proud of what the three of us were able to do at WrestleMania.
To your point, you had a great outing, but the match did not end the way that you wanted. Obviously, we know Io Sky is still the women's world champion.
Right there. Io, she found the perfect opportunity to capitalize, and I don't blame her. I would have done the same thing. Now, Rhea, she found a way to slip her way into a match that I earned, so I'm pretty sure this won't be the last time that I see her. But right now, I'm just focused on healing because I'm trying to get back to SmackDown. Because SmackDown is my home, and right now, my home is divided. So I know when I return, I got some unfinished business to handle.
Bianca, thank you so much and get well soon. Joe, Wade, we will anxiously await the return of the EST to her home right here on Friday Night SmackDown.
And Byron, I couldn't agree with Byron more in assessing that triple threat match. Bianca, Rhea, Io, they pushed the limits of what they're capable of. That was 5-star every which way last week.
No doubt about it. It's inevitable. Some people after a show like WrestleMania are going to be banged up in a bad way. Get well soon, Bianca Belair. We'll miss you.
As for the other women's title scene, let's show you what went down earlier tonight right here in Fort Worth.
Yeah, so an impromptu match. Jade Cargill was taking on Tiffany Stratton midway through the match. Up shows Naomi, far from happy with her loss at WrestleMania to the Storm. Now damage done. Naomi actually handed the title back to Tiffany Stratton, but then
Well, I don't get
from the past.
why it's still wearing that yellow tape. Remember that car accident scene back in 2024? Yeah.
Making a point that I'm coming back for
I have
what's mine, Tiffany.
no idea why she's still wearing it. It's not even that serious.
That wasn't 2024. That was earlier this year.
I don't care about this revenge you have with Jade, but when it comes to Tiffany and the title, stay out of my way.
As long as you proceed with caution.
She
Remember,
is her
only 15
family.
days away from Backlash May 10th. Randy Orton, John Cena. Backlash presented by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Injured? Go to forthepeople.com.
I love the smell of Kavorka in the evening.
What?
Mocha Cafe
The United States Championship #1 contenders match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 240 pounds, L.A. Knight.
Earlier tonight, he declared, I'm not leaving here until I get my rematch against Fatu. It is L.A. Knight.
Yeah!
Chime exists to help everyday Americans make it. When you build your credit to build yourself up, when payday comes on your terms, when your girl math starts mathing, oh.
The beginning, next. next after SmackDown on USA.
What a scene here in Fort Worth. Drew McIntyre, LA Knight. Less than a week ago, they reached their own massive WrestleMania match. And not even a week later, one central tie that connects them, Knight and McIntyre. That is the need to be a champion. And tonight, this match is made for the #1 contender slot for Jacob Fatu. Of course, Jacob Fatu, who just defeated LA Knight for that U.S. championship at WrestleMania 41.
No,
Nick
like
Aldis, the general manager here on SmackDown, came out
Knight,
earlier tonight
yeah.
when Drew McIntyre interrupted the exchange between LA Knight and Jacob Fatu and said, "Enough, you two fight tonight."
Let me be clear what we're looking at here. We're looking at two men who are putting a brave face on. These are both walking wounded. McIntyre in that Sin City street fight. And LA Knight, who had 2 matches last week on SmackDown, followed by a hell of a match with Jacob Fatu at WrestleMania 24 hours later. Neither of these two men should be anywhere near a ring this evening. But the prize, the potential prize at least, is so great that it's worth risking it all.
You know, you mentioned the damage that was done in the battles that they had. We had a visit with Drew McIntyre earlier today, and he even said some of his best moments in that victory of the Sin City cost him himself. I mean, the future shot DDT on the steel steps alone with.
It's the kind of match in street fight against such a tough competitor like Damian Priest. You have to risk your own body in pursuit of victory. McIntyre knows full well what victory at WrestleMania entails, and LA Knight knows full well the kind of damage he'll have to incur if he wins this match and then goes on to face Jacob Fatu once again to try and win back that United States Championship.
That was a sensational showcase moment for the U.S. Championship on Saturday night of WrestleMania when Fatu defeated LA Knight. But give Knight credit for the position he was in and the way he took the fight to Fatu as well as McIntyre. You see the athleticism by Knight and then
Oh, wait a minute.
the elbow
Yeah,
from
I
behind.
forgot something.
There was a moment in the match as he drops down McIntyre and goes into the cover, the lateral press, when the midair BFT was landed way by LA Knight. Fatu had to jump up.
Mr. John says we might not eat out. We're going to be probably eating
The
here.
timing by LA Knight was just spectacular.
Yeah, it was perfection, and in truth, that deserved a victory.
So basically, you don't know enough.
Jacob
I'm not
Fatu just
sure.
bounced too close to the ropes, but it shows you how close the margins are at very top level in WWE between victory and defeat. Being a champion
And we'd be
and
eating
being
the
a
out
loser
a lot,
at
so we're saving
WrestleMania.
up
There was
money.
virtually nothing in it.
Oh, yeah.
A little too close with these two powerhouses. Drew able to get out of the way and rolls himself back into the ring.
But it's the kind of match, you've got so much wear and tear on your body already. You want to hit something big as quickly as possible. You know your opponent is weakened, just like you are. Get this over with fast. Last thing you want right now is a long banger of a match.
Oh, McIntyre just sends it flat and juicy. The barriers shake.
And noticeably, it was those ribs of LA Knight that connected. Those were the ribs that took so much damage last week at both WrestleMania and last week in those two matches on SmackDown. The megastar looking in big trouble here.
That is not to be dismissed. What happened last Friday on SmackDown when LA Knight, as you said, you felt it was poor judgment to take on Solo Sikoa and then go immediately into a tag team match that included Fatu. And Solo was looking to soften him up. Then he goes in against Fatu on Saturday night.
Well, Knight's biggest asset is his confidence, but at times it's his biggest nemesis. Oh my God, brainbuster.
Oh, from that height and that force with McIntyre coming down the brainbuster, and you can see McIntyre saying, boy, I thought I had it.
Yeah, the owner of that viral selfie, bored at work, LOL.
He did it again.
Well, it was one of the biggest hits socially of WrestleMania, but McIntyre is not in the mood for fun and games this evening. His body a constant reminder of the agony that he's feeling.
By the way, oh man, right in the midsection, into the cover.
Once again, McIntyre too. We know the damage that he went through in the match, the Sin City Street Fight. Both men really showing massive wear and tear on the ribs, but you can work around a busted knee or a busted shoulder. When the ribs or the spine are hurting, it is so difficult to pull off any move. Everything we do in this game requires twisting and using torque based on that core and that midsection. No other high.
I can't even imagine what Damian Priest looks like this week.
See, this is
Damage
why
that he took.
I like
As far
AEW
as McIntyre here, he smiles
because
the bullseye.
this
All
is
LA Knight
dragging
in that
out too
midsection.
much. This is going on.
He is targeting it, isn't he?
You have to go on the attack.
AEW, they would have just wanted to
Number
go
one contender match for the
go
U.S. Championship. LA Knight wasting no time earlier tonight, coming right out into the face of Jacob Fatu and saying, I'm not leaving here until I get my rematch. Drew says guys like LA Knight that make championship titles mean less, and Drew wants his opportunity as well. He besmirched John Cena's name and said, I want to fight a champion who I think is the dog right now, the real test, and that is Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, it's a braver man than most. I would not personally go anywhere near Jacob Fatu, perhaps the most scary man I've met in this entire industry, although this version of Drew McIntyre is not far behind. What a match that would be if it ever comes off.
Well, I'm glad
Just a
Aleister Black came
count
back
away
tonight.
from that being a reality, although the
I
same
know,
can be
right?
said.
Yeah.
Oh, LA Knight able to turn things around. Quick snap suplexes. McIntyre hit the brainbuster earlier. Was lining up LA Knight again, and now look at this scene here. In front of a big sold-out crowd at Dickies Arena, 11,644. All that momentum and energy coming off WrestleMania at 124,000 on back-to-back nights in Vegas, and now a sellout here in Fort Worth. The
He did
SmackDown
say
after Mania, they get this matchup. Headliners to see who's the number one contender for Jacob Fatu.
Well, just when LA Knight, the former United States champ, was starting to flatline in this match, he's turned back into that perpetual motion machine, blocking out the pain.
A jumping neck breaker hooks the leg of McIntyre, and McIntyre kicks out.
And the people in this sold-out arena, Joe Test, they're starting to believe. And that just creates the kind of energy that makes LA
If
Knight
this
want to
match
get the
keeps
people
going a
out there.
little longer, I'm thinking about winning
As he
this
comes in with that Glasgow kiss.
Oh,
Looking for the future shot DDT, but instead, get Knight. And
you
two
can
count
just
from Charles Robinson, the referee.
Trouble on the horizon there, hooking in that future shot DDT. LA Knight couldn't get out of that one quick enough. What do the people want?
That jump off leaping elbow by Knight, he lands it. Could he get that rematch he wants? No, shoulder up by McIntyre.
Oh, the last thing you want at this point in the match, this deep, when your entire body is practically on fire, seeing your opponent kick out of one of your heavy hitters. Well, this might be the heaviest of them all.
Was looking for that BFT, but instead, McIntyre.
it
Quick to
looks
get out.
like it's basically a
Midsection of
the
an LA
same
Knight
thing as
is
a
allowing the
stunner.
power. Go for that guillotine on the top rope. McIntyre got out of there.
Or like a skull crushing finale.
Slamming his head into the new reinforced announce desk.
See, if you notice,
And again.
his head isn't even going into it. He's doing this with his hand to make it sound like there was impact.
After that flurry of assaults yet. Uh-oh.
Oh, Solo Sikoa with the spike on Knight.
The referee's missed the entire thing. He's trying to deal with McIntyre in the ring.
Referee never saw it. Solo Sikoa just spike Knight.
Well, there's no love lost between Drew McIntyre and Solo Sikoa. Quite the history between those two. But don't look at gift horse in the mouth. It's been served up on a silver platter for McIntyre to win this.
Wait a minute! Unbelievable! Damian Priest is here! His chief removed from the Sin City street fight, is attacking McIntyre, and it puts an end to this #1 contenders match. They're picking up where they left off in Vegas.
Well, McIntyre took a little too much smack about Priest earlier tonight. I enjoyed embarrassing you in front of the world. That's what McIntyre said. Don't speak too soon to him.
Something happened to the announce desk. It just exploded.
Okay.
No, you know what they're doing? They have to do that. Because people were swearing in.
I have no way. This thing went to pieces. It went to pieces and Priest continued to check up on two. The U.S. champ comes flying and wipes them both out.
The gods are on the chain around me.
Jacob Fatu is annihilating everything in sight.
If your legs work, start running. It's too late for LA Knight. Just a piece of meat for this savage.
The Samoan werewolf taking care of Priest and Knight. And the running hip attack. And the smash into the corner.
Well, McIntyre got taken out. With a serpent heading through the table, he might have got lucky.
Jump up moonsault.
Because what's happening in the ring seems far, far worse.
Look at Fatu. This is how the title reign begins. With destruction everywhere you look.
I don't get how this ends up. I mean, obviously, there's a disqualification somewhere.
I think it's probably going to be a fatal four way.
And that is that. Fatu.
Let's hear it.
The remnants of the desk. The choke slam. McIntyre was put through it. But in the end, it's the new U.S. champion who stands with his belt. As he would say, "Yada mean, boys, take that." An absolute wild night here at Fort Worth for SmackDown. We saw the debut of Braxium come up with a win against Los Garza. Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill were interrupted with absolute disruption in the women's division from Nia Jax and Naomi. The shocker of the night, Zelina Vega with the victory, and she is your new United States champion, hitting the code red against Chelsea Green. You know what happened with McIntyre and Knight here in front of us. And the big news of the night, it is coming your way in 15 days. May 10th, Backlash. It's official. Randy Orton, John Cena for the undisputed WWE Championship.
What a bloody mess, Joe Tess. This is what happens when the dogs come off the chain. Drew McIntyre's carcass thrown through this table by Damian Priest, and things got a lot more ugly after that.
We are commercial free. Still to come tonight. TLC triple threat for the tag team championships. To think, how do you possibly top this? Well, the alliance of two men got everybody talking. Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman.
I am a revolutionary.
championship. And you was my hero from the beginning. Always root for you. If you need me at any time, give me a call.
True. When did John Cena become so whack?
Dog, there's two sides to every story, Who's? That's a real world champion. Someday when I grow up, I'm gonna be just like him.
You already grown up though.
John Cena accepted Randy Orton's challenge. They are going to meet up in St. Louis in 15 days. It is Backlash, Orton and Cena for the undisputed WWE Championship. As again, the RKO was delivered by Orton earlier tonight on Cena.
Now earlier this evening, the Miz talked a little smack and he got black masked by the shocking return of what Aleister Black will. Those two are going to go head to head next week, live on SmackDown from Des Moines, Iowa.
The following contest is a table, ladders, and chairs triple threat match, and is for the WWE Tag Team Championship! Introducing first, with a combined weight of 412 pounds, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, Motor City Machine Guns!
Wait, there was a good chance that the Motor City Machine Guns could have been celebrating in Vegas last week with championship titles, but a DQ ended up being the result of that match, and now the task is much harder here with TLC. Epic battles and legendary superstars await. Clash with Cody Rhodes, Rhea Ripley, Jey Uso, Bianca Belair, and more in Clash of Clans and lay claim to ultimate glory. Download today.
And their opponent, with a combined weight of 407 pounds, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, DIY!
Now, Gargano and Ciampa, the former champs, were defeated in a #1 contenders match back on April 4th. And they were so upset by the circumstances surrounding it that they ended up completely hijacking the championship match we had last week. They felt that should have been their opportunity. Well, now here's a chance at redeeming it all and remedying things for the two-time WWE Tag Team Champions.
And their opponent, with a combined weight of 492 pounds, they are the WWE Tag Team Champions, Angelo Dawkins, Montez Ford, the Street Profits!
This will be their third title defense in the midst of their second reign as champions. They're on a 6-match winning streak. Their last loss actually came in a triple threat tag team match against DIY. That was back on October 18th. Pretty Deadly was also in that match. But this just feels very different. Not just because of all the drama that's been happening in the division between these 6 men. But this is tables, ladders, and chairs. This is history. This is violence. This is knowing exactly what you're stepping into and the line that must be crossed to accomplish the task as the tag team championships hang up high.
And I'll tell you right now, Joe, these are 3 angry tag teams who clearly didn't make the WrestleMania card. They've all got a point to prove tonight. Hey, WrestleMania 41. Hey, management, this is what you could have had.
I like that. I like the hunger among these 6 men. As they all look up and say, there's the prize. Now let's go and get it.
That's exactly how it should be. Make your point this evening. I'll say right now, with the experience level, the caliber of these teams, the motivation, and of course, the stakes. This match has the potential to top anything we saw all weekend at WrestleMania 41.
Now quickly going right to the ladder is DIY. Oh! The kick right through the ladder comes from the Motor City Machine Guns. And now the Motor City Machine Guns and Street Profits square off, Wade.
I've got to tell you right now, right off the bat, I will call the Motor City Machine Guns the favorite for this one, purely because of their cruiserweight style that they've made their own. They really are the innovators of that style. It really behooves you to be masters of that speed, that motion, to get to the top of those ladders as quickly as possible.
And this is exactly what you're talking about when it comes to the style of Motor City Machine Guns as they go on the crisscross running attack. And now the teamwork coming into play as they go for their signature facial and they deliver it to Ciampa.
Yeah, dropping the heavyweight stuff right off the bat of the Motor City Machine Guns. Now, they are a duo who have been screwed left, right, and center. There must have been 4 or 5 championship opportunities that have gone back.
Oh, he went for the 5-hole dive, but instead Gargano was there with the steel chair.
Playing tennis with people's heads.
Oh, and the steel chair right to the gut of Tez. Oh, man.
We've only just fixed this.
Oh! Dawkins just pounced on Tommaso Ciampa, and now he's got Gargano up. Oh, look at the brutality. Did you hear the thud of Johnny's head into the post?
Forehead against steel, driven by one of the most powerful men on the roster, Angelo Dawkins. And that just speaks to the power game and the Street Profits, who have come back, re-energized, refocused.
I mean, wait, look at this right here. Dawkins got clear sailing to retain the championships.
It could be a cakewalk.
This is going to be easy for Dawkins.
I think Johnny Gargano and Ciampa are out cold, and thankfully for the Motor City Machine Guns, Chris Sabin is there to try and slow things down.
Sabin came out of left field when Dawkins was all alone, and now Shelley is in there as well, and getting hold of that left leg and putting it through the slot of the ladder and then dragging it with the dragon screw right against the ladder as the championships hang high.
That is how you shred an ACL. And this thing has got so ugly right from the word go.
Oh, and that Motor City Machine Guns are in there as Gargano comes down and is able to take care of Alex Shelley.
Motor City Machine Guns taking out those months of frustrations on DIY who have made their lives a misery at times. I'm sure the Machine Guns regret coming anywhere near WWE. They've had long, successful careers, but they've never faced the kind of adversity they have faced here on SmackDown in the last 3 or 4 months.
This has just been non-stop, full throttle. Tables, ladders, and chairs for the WWE Tag Team Championships that hang high right now. All these teams have tasted gold in their lifetime in WWE, but it is the Street Profits that have been the most dominant recently, as this is how they try to put forth a 3rd title defense as the ladder comes crashing down on Tez.
Just when we thought the heavyweight slugger Dawkins is back up, just when we thought we finally got some consistency, some order in the tag ranks, DIY blew that out of the window, and we're back to the chaos we had for months.
And now the 360 splash corner to corner by big Angelo Dawkins. He has the power and size advantage. Oh, the big man was thinking about going up top and delivering, but instead he's draped down and in such a compromised position by Saban and Shelley.
Oh,
man.
Don't fancy any of that, thank you.
Oh.
I mean, normally it's Tez who goes up top. Dawkins saw some magic happening there, but may live to regret it.
Saban on the outside. He's quick to grab the steel chair. And the crowd reacts to that. A sellout here in Fort Worth. Oh, they're lining up the chair. Oh, and the basement drop kick through the chair. Right to the head. The brutality of this.
Yeah, and I'm trying to get it close to writing Dawkins off for the rest of this match. If Tez wants to win this thing, he may have to do it on his own, but even that's not complete now. Right up.
Oh, man, the missile drop kick through the chair. So both members of the Street Profits have taken damage from the Motor City machine guns.
Devastating hit that was, that champion drop kicked into the forehead of Montez Ford. The damage clearly already done to Dawkins.
Can they just like speed this match up because some of us are.
They see a title change the way this is going.
You would think so. Ram against steel chair into the head, just sliding it at full force.
I've seen a lot of tables, ladders, and chairs matches. This is about as vicious as it gets. What are you doing?
Taz with a full corner dive, as only he can. Wipes them all out, flying over his partner, Angelo Dawkins. Look at this.
Well, that's cool what he just did right there, but still, can we just like speed it up?
That steel chair to the head, managing to bounce back. This is that championship caliber that the Street Profits returned to WWE with several months ago.
We are so thrilled to be bringing you this tables, ladders, and chairs triple threat match, commercial free, as the Street Profits look to retain, and they will if Tez can climb that ladder and secure their championships back.
Referees and medical staff checking over all the fallen men on the outside. I guarantee you not one of them is going to give up no matter how much pain they're going through. Not with the goal on the line and fingertips touching there from Montez Ford.
Tommaso Ciampa and Tez at the top of that ladder, fighting side by side as Johnny Gargano looks to take advantage and go up on his own.
Nothing worse than those titles swinging away from your grasp, especially when the ladders aren't quite positioned perfectly, which is the case here. You've got to get those things up so quick to get any chance of grabbing the gold. Oh, God.
Are you kidding me?
Twisting flatline out
That
of
would hurt, yeah.
Victor the sixth run, and now Tommaso. Taking over all the fallen men on the outside. I guarantee you not one of them is going to give up no matter how much pain they're going through. Not with the goal on the line and fingertips touching there from Montez Ford.
Tommaso Ciampa and Tez at the top of that ladder, fighting side by side as Johnny Gargano looks to take advantage and go up on his own.
Nothing worse than those titles swinging away from your grasp, especially when the ladders aren't quite positioned perfectly, which is the case here. You've got to get those things up so quick to get any chance of grabbing the gold. Oh, God.
Are you kidding me?
That's using your head.
Twisting flatline out
from that height.
Victor the sixth run, and now Tommaso Ciampa is there.
Look at this. DIY's going to win it. Ciampa's up there on his own. And just at the last moment, Dawkins and a huge, devastating right hand. That spinning flatliner off of the ladder was absolutely ridiculous.
Desperation tactic from Johnny Gargano. The hope being Ciampa could have grabbed both championships for his team, but that that was denied by Angelo Dawkins coming back from the death.
And now Dawkins and Johnny side by side as the championship swing overhead. No, Angelo Dawkins returns the favor.
The silencer that will shut Johnny Gargano up potentially for the rest of this match. And may well do the same for the man delivering the move, Angelo Dawkins.
Nobody didn't went through the table.
And now the newly
I
clean
noticed that
shaven
too.
Ciampa looking to get gold here. Chris Sabin is trying to deny it. And now all three teams represented as he sends up flying.
Ugly landing. I think Chris Sabin managed to save himself. Ciampa took a nasty hit to the groin, to the armpit. And now the Motor City Machine Guns get their chance.
But that steel chair, that weapon of choice. And now Tommaso Ciampa, right around the neck of Alex Shelley. Oh, you gotta be kidding me! Gargano, that is just pure evil. Swinging that steel chair while his neck was wrapped in another.
A Louisville slugger to that torturous device wrapped around the neck. Oh, God.
There is no let up in this TLC match. Thank God it's commercial free. I couldn't imagine missing and turning away for a single second. This is outrageous. Just awesome stuff to determine the tag champions. You know, you said it earlier tonight, Wade. A group of men, angry and hungry. They were not on the WrestleMania card. They are proving what they're all about right here. The tables are set up. What is Gargano doing? What is he doing? He's saying, oh, no. He's saying, forget the flat seat part. Let's go with the pointing tops.
It was the sharpest point of the chair, and we're going to throw a man right on top of it. Thankfully for Angelo Dawkins, his tag partner Montez Ford saved the day.
Big right hand.
Oh, God.
Oh! Johnny takes the pointing tops of the chairs instead.
Falling on his own sword there. Gargano's spine eating the pointed.
We have chairs and we have ladders everywhere, strewn ringside and through. Watch the top of the chair and the back of Gargano.
Gargano's eyeballs popping out of his head.
Looking to the outside.
Get the tables.
Street
Wow,
Profits.
we've never heard that
Let's get
before.
tables in the act now.
Well, starting to understand that they can climb that ladder, but be pretty certain that one of these teams is going to get up there and stop you. Do the damage now while you can. You have the upper hand. Reinforce it. Add the exclamation point if you can.
Ciampa's back on his feet and pulls down Big Dawkins. Slants his head on the apron. There's a super kick. And in doing that, it puts Ciampa right to that electric chair. No way. Blockbuster! Onto the floor! I mean, Tez is out of control tonight. Everybody's laid out. Isn't this the way it should be? TLC triple threat for the championships.
Oh, one of the sickening moves you could possibly see.
Because the show involves, well,
Process.
the show is over.
We got a sellout in Fort Worth. The SmackDown After Mania TLC Triple Threat Championships hanging high, and yet the Warriors
Show
are
is
out
over
there
anyways.
beating the hell out of each other. What? Pathetic leg as a weapon. TLC PL, come on.
Little assist from the man in the crowd with one leg. Thanks, brother.
As Tez now bridges the ladder. Can you believe the assist from the front row?
Hey,
I've never seen anything like it.
Whatever gets the job done. Unfortunately for the Street Profits, they're laid out once again. Weapons of war everywhere you look around ringside. Oh! Alex Shelley, no way to protect himself from the Sicilian psychopath with the fresh shave. New face, same vicious Tommaso Ciampa.
Dawkins is laid out on that table.
Well, Rowe kind of wants their eyes here.
You start to wonder who has what left. Everybody has taken damage. Who can dig deep at this point in a TLC triple threat, running his face right to the edge of the table that was on top of the ladder.
This has been the
It's
most
just like, hurry up, you guys.
heinous,
Some of us have to go to
merciless
sleep.
match, I think, in history.
Wade, it is so
And it ain't on the
bad,
end, Joe.
but it is so good.
Good for us, certainly not good for the 6 men in there, unless they actually end up winning the goal. 4 of these men are going to be
And as it
incredibly
is, how is
As they
anybody
perhaps
gonna
sit
win?
in
Because
a hospital
there's no matter
bed.
to play.
I mean, how do you possibly wake up the next day?
And I guess there is.
The splash from the table with
Go
Dawkins
ahead.
on it.
At some point in a match like this, somebody has to step in and slow some of these guys down.
Tez back on his feet.
Protect these guys from themselves.
Has gone flying 2 times already, including the blockbuster, including the corner. And now does that! Come on! How good is this? We've had 2 tables go down with warriors willing to fly through the sky.
2 tables going down, but 6 bodies going.
Street Profits, DIY, and the Motor City Machine Guns in an absolute instant classic of a TLC triple threat for those, the WWE Tag Team Championships, the SmackDown After Mania, and these 6 men out to prove themselves.
All 6 men with a competitive psychosis this evening. Apparently an obsession with going nuclear in that ring in pursuit of winning the gold that neither man has got anywhere near for the past few minutes. They've been so bent on attacking each other.
It has just been destroying each other. Nobody's even put a ladder near those belts for many minutes, as it has been all-out brutality of destroying each other. A big boot by Ciampa.
Weapons of torture hidden behind it. Oh God!
Remember that ladder sprinting. The white noise. The snapped in half, and it was Tez and Ciampa who took the pain of it.
Well, this connects right through the ladder. She said it's taken so much out of Ciampa. All he can do is yell to Gargano. Do it now, Johnny. Win us the gold. I'm done. I'm toast. It's all on you, Gargano.
Gargano's going to finish it right here. DIY in position, but no. Met by the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley.
And that may have been DIY's greatest moment to win this thing.
And now Gargano's trying to fight off both Shelley and Sabin. And if he can, he will have a clear path. There's Johnny. He's on that table.
Slingshot DDT attempted.
That was the
Sabin
attempt.
blocked it.
He was looking for that slingshot DDT. But instead, the combo kicks.
Their own version of a meeting in the middle, perhaps, for the master of that particular move, Johnny Gargano.
So who's the champion now?
They're not lining up skeleton
We don't
bones
know
on the
yet.
table. What in the world?
Who's first? Who came into the match with the title?
Street Profit.
I've seen it all.
Holy
I've seen it all.
crap!
I've seen it all.
A move that devastates anyone it connects with. Hey, adding a table, adding an extra 3 or 4 feet drop, adding a concrete floor.
Listen to this crowd. We said earlier tonight, how do you possibly have an encore to WrestleMania 41 and what we saw this weekend? The all-time classics with Seth and Roman and Punk, or Io and Rhea and Bianca. You come to a tough town like Fort Worth. You bring tables, ladders, and chairs. You put 6 desperate, hungry warriors together, and you go for gold like DIY's about to do right now. Moments away from winning it is Ciampa. Motor City Machine Guns. Oh, they get rid of the ladder. He's hanging. He is hanging. And now the steel chairs. We got a human pinata in the form of Ciampa.
Hey, what the
He knows this is his one chance to grab the goal.
Uh-oh. There's a spear. Huh?
The belts, the powerhouses to the top of the ladder. Ciampa's defenseless. Is he eyeing it? Is there a target on Tommaso? There's spear through a table. Oh, it's 2
There's Phasma when you see it's broken in
you
half.
accept yourself and cross this line time and again?
My God, Ciampa! What the hell did you just do,
Remember WrestleMania 17 when Edge did the same thing? Right.
And even the Motor City Machine Guns, who sat back and watched that destruction, could not believe their eyes.
Oh, excuse me.
Thank God it wasn't us.
Motor City Machine Guns have steadied themselves, and they will simply bring the ladder into position.
Well, Joe, I don't know how much about this is thinking we've got all the time in the world and how much it is that the body's simply not moving fast enough, but
Alex Shelley is getting a free ride as Chris Sabin guards it. And now Gargano, he throws the chair at the head of Shelley.
well, just as you write off 3 opponents, a 4th one is waiting in the wings. And Gargano smells victory.
Johnny Gargano now.
Stronger than small cats.
Remember, his partner took the mid-air spear and went through a table. And now Johnny Gargano is touching one of the belts. Chris Sabin is there to meet him. Whichever team removes the championships become the new tag team champions. Sabin is touching one. Gargano has touched one. They're trading right hands and left hands, battling atop the ladder. Everybody on their feet here in Fort Worth, and it has been like that for the better part of a half an hour of non-stop action. Whoa!
Jesus.
Springboards his way to the top.
Come on, man. Hurry with it. Thank you.
Force in position. Oh, Gargano
no.
brings him down. Oh, that's a very compromised position he's in. Oh, he is stuck in the ladder. Oh, he is stuck in the ladder.
Defenseless. Bodies laid down. The place is a mess. And
Gargano's climbing right over him, Wade.
Get this out here. Do something like this.
Right back to him with a body shot and a head shot. And Taz is
What the
climbing
hell?
the ladder from the inside out.
It's up for grabs now. A 3-way battle.
Smashes their heads. Street Profits. Could it be the only way?
Go. Don't waste time, Taz. Yes, now. There we go.
Close it out.
Now, we got the smoke.
WWE Tag Team Champions, the Street first TLC match for the tag team titles in nearly 5 years. It may take 50 years to come close to what we just saw.
6 men completely unbreakable in pursuit of the highest prize in the tag game. They painted their bodies all over this arena, but it was the gutsy, valiant Street Profits that prevailed amidst ultimate mayhem. All 6 of these men deserve the gold this evening. Wow! You could not fit a piece of paper between these 3 teams.
We had a spinning flatliner off the ladder. We had a blockbuster to the outside. We had the frog splash through the table. Every which way. We even had a prosthetic leg from the front row used as a weapon.
Our poor director is trying to get us some replays. We should just replay the entire damn match. It was 30 minutes of brilliance, high risk, of the 2-man high reward, but the 4-man.
I mean, the skull and bones thing.
Oh my God.
The skull and bones through a table.
And how does that not win the match? How does this, as Tommaso Ciampa gets speared from about 15 or 16 feet in the air, through the table, and that was not enough to keep Tommaso Ciampa down for good.
The mid-air spear by Dawkins is just one of the highlights. As good as it gets. The third defense in their second reign. 42 days they have been tag team champions. And this will be remembered forever. Springboarding out to the ladder was tense.
The 6 heroic performances are just what it looked like. Tez had it in the bag. Johnny Gargano with a merciless attack.
Watch this hit. And Tez would go on to survive it and win this match.
Imprisoned within that ladder, but Tez escaped. Tez nailed the hunts, and Tez refused to be denied.
The Street Profits, the 2-time tag team champions.
6 of the most hard-wearing, heavy-duty, industrial athletes you'll ever witness in any sport.
The athleticism of Montez Ford and what he was able to do. Out to the floor, through the table. The damage that Tommaso Ciampa took tonight. This man went for it and was willing to pay the price. They all were. But in the end, it was Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins who found the way.
Hazardous a man as you get in contrast the elation of the champs with the physical agony of despair for the poor man who did not make it there this evening. Through no
Leave a comment.
the margins between glory and
Making this
disaster
comment or
in this
reading
game are so
Reading
close.
and making a
I'll
comment.
take nothing away from these guys. Trust me, you might feel like if you are not losers. That's as well rights.
And just pause and think about the last 7 days in WWE. From SmackDown to Vegas, through Mania, to what you saw on Raw, and now this. Congratulations to the Street Profits in an all-time classic TLC and the win.
All right. In the end, the Street Profits
Previously on
keep
Resident
their,
That's Asta's.
the Street Profits keep their tag belts in just a non-stop action ladder match. Oh yeah, Christy, Crystal, Megan, Amanda, Mackenzie, Noah, Caitlin, one last time, good night. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Amanda, we'll see you tomorrow. I hope. I don't know if she's staying until Sunday.
She's staying with her mom till Sunday.
Okay, well then we'll see you Sunday night. And thank you to all of you for being with us. And we'll see you. I was gonna say Monday. We'll see you tomorrow night for Collision. And who is it that I said passed away?
Steve Mongo McMichael.
Oh yeah. We'll see you tomorrow night for Collision, and I guess we'll wrap this up with R.I.P. Mongo. May you continue to broadcast the NFL and WCW up in heaven. For John Batcher, my name is Michael Paul. Good night. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you tomorrow.
And the return of Aleister Black came back tonight too.
Oh
You
yeah,
forgot that.
Aleister Black went back tonight.
We love you guys.
Welcome back, Aleister Black.
Clear.